as as far as the Third World Aristocrat video from today goes, I gotta say, huge win for the toe and a stroke of genius on my part.
Mr. Radio Voice, he's doing his shows. He's roasting some ass and he's picking his nose. He speaks like a pro on the Steel Toe Show. He's making a mess and everyone knows. Ready or not, he already came. April is a hoe and she's snorting for fame. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He spilled the beans for rage as he gets her thrice. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He had a felony charge, but he's gonna walk. He's got a big mouth and he talks the talk. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He's always a guest with Alex Stein. He's making a wish. He's taking his time. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. Oh! Hip hop dippity dop to the wop 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 wop. Hong dong whittle dangle wang. Oh, he sang dooley mama splatting your hat. Doo to poot cakes.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. It's the last one of the week. Now, these are usually the most fun. Not because of me. Not because of anything I'm going to do. It's usually because you guys kind of get weird. The chat gets a little different on Wednesdays. And I try to get to as many things as I can, and you guys have different ideas a lot of the time. But we have a great show for you today. Lots of stuff to talk about, lots of things to get to, and we've got a very special guest. Okay, good. Just making sure that's confirmed. We have a very special guest tonight at 8 o'clock Central. You know, I was very happy with the way things went with Karmic at 8 o'clock on Monday. So I thought, let's book some more guests for 8 p.m. Let's knock out the goal by 8. It's another short one tonight. You guys have been fantastic. Once again, it's automatic. I decided, let's book another guest. And then I have an idea on top of that. Tonight, we're going to have Granny on at 8 o'clock. Granny and I have been talking lately. And I want to reintroduce him to the audience, have him tell you what's been up, what's been going on. A lot of changes for Granny. We'll talk to him, how we got here, the whole deal. I'm excited about that. And then I have this idea. Like, we had Karmic on. We're having Granny on. And then I was listening to this video from the internet anarchist, is it? Or is it aristocrat or is it anarchist? Whatever. He did a video recently on Haktua. And it was really just kind of a takedown. He's really shitting on her or whatever. The fall of Haktua. And everybody's got these fall of videos, right? And it got me thinking, it's like, I would love to have people who completely fell apart, like people who completely collapsed, because let's be honest, those are the people I can get. To come on this show, and instead of like doing videos where it's here's where they're a piece of shit, blah, 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 like bring them on, talk to them and be like, hey, everyone thinks you're an asshole for this reason. What's your side of it? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I think it could be a fun idea. A lot of you are a little more dug into the internet than I am. So if you have some candidates that you'd like to throw my way, I would love to hear from you. Let's go to the chat a little bit. Then we've got, like I said, lots of stuff to get to tonight. It is the final evening show of the week. It is a perfect week. So excited about that. It's been a straight through perfect week. As you see the standings, I believe, is it Unforced Ego is in first. He's been crazy this week with 285. But other than that, we've done it all with small contributions. Everybody basically, like, most of it, we've had a few 50s, but most of it like 20 and under. Jasper, 76 for Redbird, 67 for Jasper, and 50 for Stephanie. That's our top four. I'm really excited about the way this week has gone. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, you know how it works. Again, 150 away from tonight. Granny just sent me a message to let me know. No, not 1 hour. 30. He's on the East Coast. I'm in the Central time zone. 30-minute interview, 8 p.m. Central. He's letting me know that he's foregoing family night because he thinks this will be fun. He said it's jerk chicken Alfredo, but you're worth it, tub tits. So, all right, I think we're going to be fine. That sounds like everything is back to normal. McBuster is not happy about it, however. McBuster says, meh, Granny is with Lemmy, who is a mod for Melton, that went after Aaron's 10-year-old daughter. No big deal. We get to rip on a pedo liquor. Granny's not Lemmy. Lemmy can do whatever Lemmy wants to. Again, you're mistaking me for a guy who takes the internet seriously. I mean, Granny and Lemmy have been to the Steel Toe anniversary show and have been devoted, huge, crazy, passionate Steel Toe fans. And a lot of people would say that was probably the biggest mistake of their life. So that knife can cut both ways. Thank you, Balls Deep, for starting us off tonight with 99 cents. I think everybody just throw 100 and we'll just call it for the week. What do you say? Rusty Grammar says, Aaron saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Nick 14:6. That is a very I don't remember that Bible verse. McBuster says, no biggie. Granny is totally trustworthy. My apologies. Hey, if Granny turns out not to be trustworthy, then we cut him loose. No big deal. Delco Lou says, Minnesota Opie is atrocious. I think he's talking about Karmic. I'm all for people making a fool of themselves, but that guy deserves zero airtime. Karmic's in there, Karmic fights his way out of a corner. I respect that. Balls Deep says, I prefer Deuteronomy. Well. MSO says, hey, Aaron, how about it? How about it give you, I think you meant how about he gives you. How about he gives you that strong arm money he stole from you back first? Water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. Power Windows says, strong arm that cunt for $200 this time, motherfucker. Taste Fairy Ialto says, I'm a Leviticus guy. I'm a Leviticus man. All right, you guys are off to a fun start. Let's do this thing. Let's set it up. 150 is the number for tonight. Let's hammer that out before Granny gets here. Let's keep it perfect. Also, some very generous people, not only during the end of the show today with Unforced Ego and Dr. Silverwolf and a few others, but after the show today, some incredibly generous people. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start at 200. That's going to be our last goal of the week. So, fingers crossed. Things are looking great on the business end of things. Let's finish up tonight, and I think we're golden. Rusty Grammar says Leviticus and Dude are based as fuck. They are. Leviticus and Deuteronomy. If you want to find the hardest rules to follow with the toughest, enforcements, Deuteronomy and Leviticus. Your hands are going to be full of blood by the time you're done enforcing those. And you probably have to take yourself out as well. Oh, God. I was hoping this wouldn't come up. Power Windows says, Aaron, did you hear about Nick's kid being on stream 2 days in a row with the same clothes on? I want that motherfucker to go down hard. I've been in that house, and I saw a tweet about that today from AF somebody. I can't remember what the account was. It was AF News Watch or something like that. And yeah, I've been to that place. It's very clear nothing has changed, which is doubly sad because I don't want to comment on people's kids and the inner workings and all that, but like nothing's changed. And then the performative shit where he does stuff on camera to show people, hey, I'm not a total giant, Adderalled out piece of shit. And it's like, who are you fooling? Who are we going to believe? You or our lying eyes? And yeah, when I saw that today, I was like, well, same old, same old. You can't force people to change, unfortunately. So that's about that. Look, that's what I have to say about that. I don't feel, like I said, your guys' level of enjoyment and the schadenfreude of that is a lot further down the line than mine is. That's totally okay. I'm not blaming you at all. I just don't like talking about it when it gets to reality levels of how fucking destroyed that whole situation is. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Miss Tay, thank you very much. Miss Tay in the top four. Yes, she is. Miss Tay is now in the top 4 with 60, but she knocked a girl out. Oh, no. The girls are attacking one another. Miss Tay is now at 60 for the week. She is now in 4th place, but she knocked Stephanie out. CJ with $2 says, can we watch more of my girl Lily Gaddis tonight? People really liked Liddy Gaddis. And then somebody in the chat today said, yeah, she's Jewish too. And then a bunch of people started taking back all the nice things they said about Liddy Gaddis. Hulkamasha Baby says, hard to do laundry when you're fucking your side hoe. I have a theory that while the mice are away, or while the cat's away, the mice will play. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Nick's bringing the side piece to Las Vegas for Hackamania, and they're going to try and lock that down. Why do you think they're going no pictures, no video? We got the, what's his name? We got the Minnesota Public Records guy. He revealed that, she's still in the area. I think that, look, this is a guy who lies all the time. This is a guy who always thinks he's smarter than he actually is. Ooh. I mean, I congratulate him on trying to thread the needle on that, but boy, you thought you were playing with fire with those prescription pills. Whew. It's almost like some people want to burn it all down around them. Best of luck. Let's continue on here. Thank you, Miss Tay, for the $10. 140 is the number for today. Appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you, CJ, as well. Real quick basketball note. I know a lot of you don't give a shit, but my Timberwolves are in the Western Conference semifinals. Bad news. We lost game 1 to Golden State. We lost it at home. That's not good. That shit's got to get fixed. But Steph Curry, and I'm sorry to be happy about an opponent's injury, but it is the playoffs. Steph Curry suffered a hamstring strain and will be out for a week. Now, with him being out for a week, that means that he's going to be missing games 2, 3, and 4. So let's make some hay while the sun is shining. Let's get up 3-1, punch our ticket to the Western Conference Finals. Now, you might be saying, Aaron, isn't that kind of a chicken shit way out? You hope that their best player doesn't come back so you can advance in the playoffs? Don't you want to play against their best player so you can say you beat them at the tippy top of their abilities? No, not in the least. I want to win as easily as possible. I want to win as cheaply as possible. And I want to win as healthy as possible. So if Steph Curry's out for 3 straight games, let's get it, boys. Let's get it. As the Minnesota Timberwolves get ready to retool, reload, and go after Golden State tomorrow night. Oh, boy. Oh, the chat wants to talk about, they're calling him Nitrous Nick now. Cocktiff says Josh Dobbs says they'll win the title. Hey, enough of Josh Dobbs, all right? That was a blip in time, and it was fun while it lasted. Cocktiff. I can always count on Cocktiff to come in and rain on the Minnesota Sports Parade. All right. McBuster says, Baldo trying to explain the TOS of super tips was an exercise into mind riddled with space holes from nitrous addiction. Yeah, he still hasn't read it. But he's, people are like, oh, he got all the legal shit wrong. He's not supposed to get legal shit right. He's not an attorney. He's not a lawyer. All right? He doesn't have a valid law license, so he's allowed to be wrong about that kind of shit. Right? Freaky Deaky becoming a member for 32 months says, winning is winning. Go Wolves. That's exactly what I believe. Winning is win. Oh, don't. It's chicken shit. You want to beat him without Steph Curry? Yup. Sounds easier that way. We tried beating him with Steph Curry last night. We fucked that up. So let's beat him without Steph Curry. Power Windows, thank you, buddy. He says, you can't deny after all of Aaron's dumb shit, he actually redeemed himself. What can I say? Always working on myself, though. You're never finished. You lose once you say you're done. So I'll let other people say that about me. That is very much appreciated. That means a lot. But the work continues and the progress continues. Always try to be better than you were yesterday. Let's go to MSO. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. I read it backwards. MSO says Tim Curry. No, I would rather they play with Tim Curry. I would rather Tim Curry be there than Steph Curry. I have no problem beating the Warriors with Tim Curry rather than Steph. I do not need to beat them at their best. That's like if it was the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts was unhealthy and they were like, he might play, he might not. I'd be sitting there going, I hope not, I hope not, I hope not. Don't you want to play against Patrick Mahomes? Nope, not at all. Hey, don't you want someone to break into your house with an Uzi or with a sharp stick? I'll take the sharp stick, please. Yeah, but don't you want to take down the robber when he's at the peak of his lethality? Nope, not in the least. Nader P says, I prefer chicken curry over rice. That's duly noted, and I think that's a fair take, and I think a lot of people would agree with you. All right, let's gift some memberships over there on Rumble. Every 20, I'll drop 5. Thank you guys very much for a great start to the show. All right, this one's been causing a little controversy. Let's get some opinions in there. Race relations are a hot topic right now. Everybody's got their opinion on race relations. This one is a couple of black women laughing at a white guy because he showed up for his flight a half hour before it took off, which, for the record, is fucking stupid. But this guy got to the airport a half hour before his flight, and he wanted to get his bags checked in, and he wanted to go try to make his flight. Now, it's not impossible to make a flight in 30 minutes anymore. If there's no lines or anything, you can get through. You can get to the gate 15, 20 minutes, I would say. Now, look, half hour before your flight is retarded. I think if you give it an hour and a half, I think you're more than good. That gives you time to go through security, take care of anything that might be wrong, maybe grab yourself a drink, relax, get on your flight in plenty of time. But a half hour? Bro, that's pushing it. What's got people annoyed with this one is not that they wouldn't let this guy go on his flight, not that they wouldn't check his bags and get him checked in for his flight, but they were absolute ghetto trash about it. Let's watch this clip. You tell me who's in the wrong. People are actually debating this one. It's got millions of views today. Let's take a look.
They made their flight. You didn't. And you think you're going to check me in. I bet you we won't. Hey?
I paid for a ticket.
And you paid $25 for agent assistant and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that
I get on your flight.
Yeah,
Okay, now my first observation is the fact that these two women who are employees of the airline have their phone out recording a customer is bullshit. I don't care what happened before this. I don't care what the context is necessarily. I don't think it's ever okay for an employee to just bust out their phone and start filming a customer. I don't think it's good for the business. However, I'm also very skeptical of anyone who turns on the phone and starts recording a service situation halfway through. What happened before? Were you a dick? Have you been fighting this whole time? I mean, and again, let's not forget, He's only got a half hour. Some airlines have a policy that if you don't get there a certain time before your flight, they don't check you in. Now, I think that's bullshit. I think a guy should be allowed to home alone it, to his flight if he can. But so far, I'm trying to find a reason to hate everybody. I hate these two workers because they've got phones out filming a customer. And I hate the customer because he was way too late to the airport and he's filming halfway through, which is kind of sketchy. By the way, CJ with $2 says, FYI on Lily Gaddis, she's not a Jew, but used to be pro-Israel. All right, well, we've got that cleared up. Let's continue on with this.
You said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight.
I literally paid.
Now, may I, with the, you thought you were going to get on your flight. Can we leave the ghetto in the ghetto? Like, can we not talk the way we talk at home when we're in the professional workplace? Like, all right, when I was a server, right, and it may not have been like a white linens 5-star kind of a joint, but it was a place where people came with their families to eat. I didn't talk to my customers. I didn't talk to the people at the restaurant. I didn't behave the way that I might behave with my buddies or I might behave at home. There's nothing worse than bringing that ghetto trash horse shit to a professional setting. And that power trip where you show your badge, bitch, what do you make? 18, 19, 20 bucks an hour maybe? On a good day? You're going to sit there and flash a badge and go, you thought you was going to get on your flat. You thought you... Shit can both of these two. I don't even care if this guy did anything right. Because I think, look, dickhead, show up earlier for your flights. But at the same time, fire these two just for being twats. You don't want them. I mean, they're the front-facing visual representatives of your company when people first get to the airport. You don't want this.
For a ticket, I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
You will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
See, now that's bullshit. You can say, sir, the airline has a policy, and that's true. Some airlines do have a policy. You need to be here an X amount before your flight so that we don't screw up capacity, weight, things like that. You've got to be here a certain time. Because a lot of planes, they start boarding a half hour before takeoff. Before that. So this flight could already be boarding. We be boarding, y'all. So this flight could already be boarding. And this guy's sitting here arguing with the check-in people. So I'm not necessarily saying that this guy should just have been allowed through. Fuck him. He was late. But at the same time, to be this generally obnoxious and seem to take glee in not allowing this guy on his plane, fucking, I hate these two. And she's stealing my hairline.
I only work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space.
Could you imagine flashing a front? I will give her this. At least she's the one who's proud of the Frontier logo. I'm sure that's pretty hard to come by.
You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket.
Yeah, see, OG's trying to get these two to shut the fuck up. Like, OG Mama's trying to be like, guys, this is not, I know that he's an asshole, but this is not a good look.
To get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in.
Now, some people like Redbird with $2 says this is a race thing. Maybe not. I mean, it could be a power trip thing, too. I mean, it could just be she has a chance to finally enforce something on someone, so she's doing it. I mean, which also is an asshole move. But I don't know. Maybe right. A lot of people are saying it's racial. I'm always hesitant to pull the trigger on it's totally got to be a racism thing. I think this is just a power-hungry, power-abusing twat who, by the letter of the rules, has a point, but is being an absolute bitch about it.
For no reason whatsoever.
said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
So wait, that guy says you already said you're not flying the airline. Wait, one more time. What did the white guy at the end say?
For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
Oh, we might as well help you out and not let you on the airline. Oh, so we're see, black and white, they're all getting together and being assholes about it. It's nice to see a little unity, huh? I don't know. Look, be there in plenty. Here's the real lesson from this. People who work at the airport can be giant fucking dickheads. Make sure you're there for your flight in plenty of time. Getting there, I will say this, getting to the airport a half hour before your flight is irresponsible and stupid. Acting the way these two women did with the phone, and you ain't getting on your flight. You ain't getting on your flight. That's a bit too much. 191 Redbird with $5 says, get a job that takes you into the ghetto. It will change your worldview. My response to that would be no. No. You're telling me, Aaron, go get a job in the ghetto. I would rather not. Let's go to, where did I leave off here? Oh, God, I've missed a lot. All right, let's go to $1 from Veldrain. He says, does that mean Rekieta reached his apex of self-improvement a few years ago? He's still yet to take the first step on the journey. He's too busy, just falling back into the same bad habits and, staying in the same spot and blaming everybody else. CJ with $2 says Lily would have handled it way better. Yeah, your girl Lily probably would have done a bit better job. I think your girl Lily would have probably, define better. She would have handled it differently. That part's clear. Someone said, Mr. Beat says, where's Shiloh Hendricks when you need her? Oh, yeah, she would have cleaned that whole thing up. You bring Shiloh Hendricks to that airport and everything's going to get smoothed out. Kopi says, I think it's a complete power trip thing. She knows she has them by the balls and there's nothing they can do about it. That's just it. I don't think she's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's wrong to deny the guy access to the flight. There's a policy. You follow the policy. And it's probably to make sure that, you don't have people running into boarding and, the fucking up the plane's time and everything like that. So I get that. But to be that much of an asshole about it. Rex Dart parody account says, do any of them have a GoFundMe yet? I mean, that's the next step now, right? Everybody gets a GoFundMe right after this shit happens. McBuster says it's clearly discrimination against poofters. That guy had a lisp and didn't throw anything. MSO says all you sheep who let this happen deserve what you get because back in the day you could show up 10 minutes before departure and get on the plane. Thanks a lot, Bin Laden. Cocktail says my cousin is TSA. Yes, he's a dickhead. Silverwolf says, no, that white guy's a cuck. I got a divorce. Oh, you meant him. He clearly likes his wife's black boyfriend. Oh, like Alex Stein with, what's his name? What's the, not Devontae, not Demetrius. Dontarius. That's it. Kopi says 100% irresponsible. You get to the airport at least 90 minutes prior to your flight. Kopi, you and I agree. Miss Tay with $10 and an announcement. She says, give all my super chat money to Stephanie, please. She's a great toe gal. I almost said toe boy. She's a great toe gal. All right. Well, hold on. Let me do a little math there and get back to you. So we got to knock. Oh, shit. This is Aaron doing math, guys. This is going to ground the show to a halt. That's 120 for Stephanie. So that's going to put her in second place over Redbird. But Redbird, I got to update Redbird too. So Stephanie is at 120. Redbird is now in third at 92. Jasper is now in fourth with his 67. All right, I think I have this all taken care of. You guys are going to give me a break now, right? You guys are going to give me a break from counting. I hope. Let's go. Oh, where am I missing all these? Oh, there they are. Redbird with $10 says, I've been shot at, had bricks and dirty diapers and random garbage thrown at me, and had random drinks dumped on me while working on city lighting in Minneapolis for having the wrong skin color. Ooh, that fucking sucks. Gray Duckling with $10. Thank you very much. He says they saw the clip from 2017 today. Your hairline looks exactly the same. You've always looked like a balding middle-aged man. Yes! I fucking told every single one of you. I said this hairline has always been this atrocious. We did. In midday today, we played a 4-hour Steel Toe 2017, a radio show thing. I think we're going to do that every Wednesday and Thursday now. We're going to play those. We're going to do the members-only show Thursdays at noon. We're going to hang out with you guys in the afternoon for an hour or so. Then we're going to play, I think from now on, it's probably going to be on Thursdays, probably like a 12-hour. We'll probably do a 3-episode thing for that. Yul Brenner's Balls with $1.99 says, ever give SP the old soggy chalupa? No. I've never given SP the old soggy chalupa. Thank you for calling it the old soggy chalupa, as though we are all to know about it. Thank you, Yul Brenner's Balls. One of my favorite names. 105 away from today's goal. You guys are on your way. Don't forget, we've got Granny showing up at 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. I'm very, very excited about that. Tell a phone, tell a friend, tell a wrestler. I think we're all caught up chat-wise. Silverwolf says, the new camera just makes it look better? Question mark? Worse? Question. Oh, the hairline. I guess it all depends. It all depends. All right, 105 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much. I don't think we solved anything racially with that last story. I don't think we got anywhere. I don't think we got any closer to Nirvana or Harmony. Well, wait till you hear this. The NAACP in Minnesota here, they held like a grieving session in Rochester for the Shiloh Hendrix thing. So they've decided that they're going to milk this thing for absolutely everything it's worth. It's we're not done with that one by a long shot, boys and girls. CJ with $5 says, United shut the Skybridge door in my face 2 years ago after their mechanical delay caused a late connection. She took great pleasure in my misfortune. That's shitty. Sorry to hear that, dude. That does put us an even $100. Look at that. A nice, neat, even hundo away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. Perfect week for the evening show. Just $100 short dollars away. Thank you, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I'm probably going to get through this next one very quickly because it makes me want to puke. There's a 57-year-old OnlyFans model who's bragging because she now is the oldest fleshlight, like, I guess, mold in the company's history. It's we all aspire to different things. You know, we all have our aspirations. We all have things we want to accomplish, you know, check off the old bucket list, as they say. But having your pussy molded into a fleshlight, is that one of them? I mean, it's certainly not something that your parents would want you to aspire to. At 57, though, she probably doesn't have to worry about it. Hell, if she's a porn star at 27, she didn't have to worry about what her parents thought. Elena St. James, I'm not going to say that she's a cougar. This article says she's a cougar. I'm not saying that. She's also an OnlyFans model who just achieved a historic landmark in the sex toy game. Oh, my son is a lawyer and my daughter is a doctor. What is your shiksa do? She's got the She's got the oldest latex cunt that people fuck and dump jizz into. So, I mean, it's kind of like a doctor. They both help people, right? Lamar Odom may want to add her new product to his expanding. Wait a minute. Lamar Odom collects fleshlights? Why? Why do we know? You know, it was so nice. I'm so jealous of like Generation X because they grew up in a time where, or they came up in a time, and then they weren't in their, they were like in their 40s or 50s when we started knowing everything about everyone, you know? My generation, from the time we were about 17 or 18, we knew everything about all the big celebrities, you know? Probably younger than that. Probably middle school, like Britney Spears and all that stuff. The 80s and 90s where you didn't know shit about famous people unless they really made an asshole of themselves in front of a camera. Like, nobody knew that Johnny Carson went to an apartment he got for his second or third wife and went there with a gun because he thought she was fucking Frank Sinatra. So he was going to murder both of them. And when he got there and the apartment was empty, he like sat on the bed and cried with the gun in his hand. We didn't know that until like after he was dead. And it should be that way. I shouldn't know that Lamar Odom collects fleshlights. That's fucking disgusting. I'm not saying he can't collect fleshlights. It just sucks that we know. It also sucks that we're like, hey, I accomplished something. Oh, wow. What's that? Did you cure a disease? Did you create a product that makes people's day-to-day lives easier? No, my pussy can now get fucked in latex form and I'm old as shit. Great. She goes by the name America's Favorite Cougar. Yay. Be careful. Scarlett Johansson's getting old enough to be that now. Has scored one heck of an achievement. She's become the oldest model ever to collaborate with Fleshlight. Oh, God. She's just so fucking old. As you know, Fleshlight is a popular sex toy. But I don't want to do this. She's also an author and a podcaster. Okay. You may recall Lamar Odom recently dove into the world of sex toys, ordering his own custom sex doll, making it look like his ex, Khloe Kardashian. Odom even filmed the process of creating the clothes. Yeah, I got to tap out of this story. I'm going to get sick. That's an accomplishment now, huh? That's an accomplishment. Our pussy is made into a fleshlight. Yay. Let's go to MSO. He says, yeah, because collecting Baldos is more sane. Hey, look, I ain't defending either of those motherfuckers. All right? Jesus. 191 Redbird with $10 says, you're right in principle on the Hendrix situation. Watching people that will never be forced to work or life to spend any time in these shitholes look down on someone for blowing a gasket is annoying. I don't know. With the Hendrix thing, I think they're just using Hendrix, Sophie Hendrix, as like she's just the thing they can use as a comeback to the Carmelo Anthony thing. It's what it is essentially is it's blowback. People are pissed off that Carmelo Anthony and his family got $600,000 for essentially stabbing a guy to death. And so then they found a white woman who pissed off black people, and they said, we're going to give her a shitload of money now. Like, watch what we do. That's essentially what she became. $95 away from today's goal. Thank you very much, Redbird, for that $10. He's creeping up there. Where's Redbird at? Redbird's at 102. Redbird has now cracked the triple digits for this week. Thank you. See, I don't want to do more on the OnlyFans fleshlight lady. This is sad to hear. Tom Brady says that the roast he did for Netflix, that he regrets it. Did you watch that? They did that last year. That was funny as shit, man. I loved that Tom Brady roast. It was super funny. It was probably the most I've ever laughed at Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't think I've ever really, I don't think I've enjoyed a Tony Hinchcliffe performance before. But his performance at the Brady roast was, I thought it was A+. Tom Brady was on Logan Paul's podcast. Can people stop hating on Logan Paul? I think it's time. I think you kind of look like a weirdo, creepy loser if you hate on Logan Paul. I mean, the guy's just a walking hustle. I mean, he had the Vine stuff, the YouTube stuff. Then as he grew up, he had the boxing, successful podcast, a pro wrestler. And like, dude, he's taken to the pro wrestling and he's very good at it. Like, he's wrestling for titles and shit. Like, he's talented at that too. The other thing people forget about the Paul brothers is they were all state level amateur wrestlers when they were in high school. Like, they were state champion level wrestlers. So, I mean, it's not like they're not athletes. But Logan Paul had Tom Brady on. And I guess Tom Brady said that he regrets doing the roast and that it was hard on his kids. That really sucks. Let's take a listen.
I regret that my kids had to it's tough on my kids for sure. Because I don't think they're at an age. I kind of went in there, look, you don't know what to expect. And I love laughing at myself. It felt like I was in the locker room. And the harder people go at me.
That's just it. You know what? Oh, my God, that's perfect. People have been saying, they're like, I think it was Chad Buzumach said this to Chad Zumach on Twitter. They're like, Aaron just rolls with this shit so well. He doesn't take it seriously. He laughs along. I think the reason that the Meltons of the world have meltdowns, they take this so seriously and personally and to the point where they're now collecting my old jewelry like it's a love letter. We can talk about that a little bit later too. I mean, these guys just keep digging the hole deeper for these cell phones. We said before that it was going to be a bunch of sweaty dudes in a hotel room talking about Aaron's dick. It's so much worse and more obsessive than that now. And unfortunately for them, it's something we've already talked about on the show. So we already kind of beat them to the punch on the breaking news by about a year, unfortunately. But I think the thing with the Patricks of the world and the Zumach, well, maybe not the Zumachs, because didn't he play sports? A lot of these guys didn't play sports. They didn't spend a lot of time in locker rooms. They didn't spend a lot of time busting balls. And like hurtful words actually hurt them. Like people joking around, doing a show, goofing on them, making fun of them. They have these meltdowns and they take it really personally. Like you can go to Melton like, hey, you're not funny and you're a failed comedian. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to find out everything about you. I'll fucking destroy you. It's like, dude, did you never get you never had friends where you good-naturedly shit on each other and laugh at your own expense? Because people with me, they're like, how do you take it so well? How do you do this? It's like, it's fucking easy. These people are nothing. Like compared to your friends on a Friday or Saturday night, just sitting around watching a game, shitting on each other. These people are fucking amateurs. So I get it. Like Tom Brady saying, I enjoy the roast. I think that's fun. I like laughing at myself. It feels like the locker room. That's a great way to put it. The only problem is the divorce thing was still fresh. So a lot of the comedians went after the divorce thing. They mentioned the family stuff and all of that. And unfortunately, it's not their fault. I mean, you're at a roast. You say whatever the fuck you want. Unfortunately, that has collateral damage, I think.
Me, I actually love it.
It's the psychopath in you, Tom.
Yeah, it's just like if people make fun of you, then I know that I'm good with them, you know. And like I said earlier, I don't take myself too serious. So, but I do understand. Like for my kids, that was really hard.
It was a big hit.
Yeah.
It was a massive show.
Yeah,
you said
it was a massive hit.
Yeah,
and you said that right after the show too. That you felt.
Yeah, and I didn't realize.
You know what? I gotta say, this guy Mike Majak, or I'm saying that wrong. I can't remember how do you actually say that. It's Mike Majak, isn't it? I think I actually might have that right. This is the luckiest fucking guy in the history of history. I don't know what he does. I don't know what his skill is. I don't know what his talent is. But Logan Paul trusts him and lets him sit next to him and do his podcast with him. And it's made the guy a shitload of money. I mean, I would say that, like, you know how, and I hate to use this name because people are going to misunderstand it because they're into dumb internet shit. But like Stuttering John Melendez was very lucky that Howard Stern put him on his show and allowed John to get exposure. And, you know, same thing with Ronnie the limo driver, Richard and Sal, I think are another great example. They got to sit next to one of the best who ever did it, and they made a lot of money because that guy liked them. This Mike Majak, right? For some reason, that feels right to me. Red Bar used to make fun of him. I think that, yeah, Big Mike Majak. And he said that, or what? What I was saying was this guy sits next to Logan Paul. Logan Paul likes him. The guy's not particularly good at anything, but huge respect for him. Just yes, sir, no, sir, contributing when Logan needs him to, cashing a check.
You know, like there's some things as a parent you up and you don't realize until after, like, you know, and
like you don't do your kid's laundry or you stay on Adderall and stimulants when you're supposed to be taking care of them.
We're not perfect parents. Like, you'll see as you grow up, like there's no.
Or like your 9-year-old does your cocaine. You know, people fuck up.
There's no perfect manual for it. And like, you got to evaluate yourself as a parent too all the time. So even though I really enjoyed the show and the performances were incredible. And like when you were in that moment in that theater that night at the Forum, like it was electric.
Yeah.
Like it was
boogie, oogie, oogie.
Crazy. Like we got done. Everybody was on cloud nine. And I think,
well, that's because Gronk was clearly on cocaine. I can't speak for anybody else, but Gronk was zooted out of his fucking mind.
That moment, I'll never forget, you know? And then I'll never forget when I talked to my kids the next day, and I was like, I felt like, you know, a stake through the heart, you know, understandably, you know.
Were they mad, sad?
They're protective of their mom, of their dad.
Oh,
you know.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. And it sucks for Tom because once you agree to do the roast, you can't agree to do the roast and then tell them, oh, by the way, tell all the comedians they can't make jokes about my divorce. You know? Tell all the comedians that they can't say anything about my kids, or it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. So, the wheels were kind of set in motion the minute he said yeah. Buffalo Jockey with $2 says he's a successful podcaster and a boxer. I can see why you admire him. You should take notes so you can eventually be successful at one of those two things, New Boot Goofin. For the podcasting thing, I think straight up, I just got to be better looking. I think I just got to be better looking on that one. And then on the boxing thing, may have to just, drop a few pounds, get a few more. I thought he won one of those KSI fights. I really did. I didn't think that he lost either one of them. I thought he won the first one and the second one was a draw. All right, speaking of sports, let's get back into it. Do you remember that Pirates fan we showed you a while back that was standing up at PNC Park? Is it? Yeah, I think it's PNC. Yeah, PNC Park is Pittsburgh. I thought that was San Francisco for a minute. It's Pittsburgh. But he was standing he fell off of the upper deck of PNC Park and fell down to the field. Scary as shit. You felt really bad for the guy. Suffered significant injuries. He did live, but now they have new stadium video of this guy, and I don't think you're going to feel so sorry for him anymore. The guy he's, again, a drunk dipshit at a sporting event, and he just tried to make himself the center of attention, and it did not go well. Let's take a look. This is from CBS News in Pittsburgh.
KDK just received new video showing what happened when a man fell more than 20 feet from the stands at PNC Park last week. This video is from a fan.
Hank, I want to feel bad, but it's not like you were standing there reaching and one of the players was throwing you a foul ball or a warm-up ball and you reach for it. You're like, oh, shit. The guy literally just tried to jump up and down and he, just goofy fell. Right down, just right straight down. Watch this. The guy just jumps right up. He might as well just hurdled the damn thing.
Man fell more than 20 feet from the stands at PNC Park last week. This video is from a fan who was sitting behind Kevin Markwood. You can see he jumped into the air, apparently celebrating a play. And as he came down, his abdomen hit the railing. He flipped over.
Hell, after I fell down, I didn't care about my nuts hurting no more. Yeah, dude, he crotched himself first, too. Little insult to injury. Crotched himself so your dick hurts on the way down, and then you just flat back it onto that heart. And if you ever been on a warning track in baseball? Because he didn't fall in the grass. He fell onto the warning track. A warning track is essentially like your school's running track, like for track and field when you went to high school. That's what the warning track is. It's bituminous. It's compacted rubber, essentially. I mean, some of them are still like gravel or sand, like the baseball, the diamond dust, if you will. But he's going with the Bert Kreischer look. He's got the shirt off, probably fucked up, crotches himself on the rail, and then goes over. Look, I'm glad he's not dead. I don't think he deserved to die, but it's really hard to be sympathetic.
Falling down onto the warning track below.
And you know what? Also, fuck the news. Fuck them again. Fuck them 100 times, because this is another example of how they pick and choose. Oh, this is really disturbing footage. Oh, this is really awful footage. We warn you that this is really hard to watch. Play it once. Play it 5 times. Play it 15 times. I mean, let's take a look. This is a 33-second video. Let's see how many times they play this poor sack of shit falling off the railing.
KDK just received new video showing what happened when a man fell more than 20 feet from the stands at PNC Park last week.
In slow motion.
This video is from a fan who was sitting behind Kevin Markwood.
3,
you can see he jumped into the air, apparently celebrating
4,
a play. And as he came down, his abdomen hit the railing. He flipped over, falling down
5,
onto the warning track below.
6,
Well, it comes as we're learning Markwood is making steps toward recovery.
6 times in 24 seconds. They showed the video, this disturbing footage, this terrible fall that this man suffered at PNC Park, injuring himself badly. Let's show it to you once every 4 seconds, on a loop, no less.
Family members say he took his first steps since the accident. He remains in the hospital with a broken neck, collarbone, and back.
I feel bad for him. I really do. Until I remember that Kurt Angle won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. So what's your excuse? This guy couldn't even stand for the 7th inning stretch. God, number one, keep the shirt on. Let's keep the shirt on during the ball game. Nobody's impressed. Nobody came to watch your lats. Second of all, maybe back it off by a couple of beers. Just a couple. And that railing, it's not for launching. All right? It's for preventing dumb shit like that from happening. All right, let's go to Chevy fan. He says Alex Stein. Alex Stein is killing it in super chats, like 1,200 so far. Who's he got on? Who's Alex Stein got on? Oh, he's got Alex Rosen. So yeah, he's probably doing really. People love Alex Rosen. He's like the new. God damn it! Why can't I To Catch a Predator? He's like the new Chris Hansen. So I can see why he's doing pretty well. My Lost Interest says 7th inning stretcher. Come on, that's. I'm sorry. People are, Just Joy is very mad. Dude, that person was writing like the same fucking thing every 3 seconds. I thought the first couple were pretty funny. It was a person pretending to be April. I thought but then it was all just like, I'm going to fuck, I'm going to suck, I'm going to fuck, I'm going to suck. It's like, all right, autism, we got it. You've got a character. We love characters. You're going to fucking suck. Do you have anything new for us? No? All right. We're going to give you a break. I think the only people who could not see why we took that action would be other remarkably autistic people. Yeah, Just Joy goes, why are you so worried? Not really worried, really more just want people to chat. And when it's just suck and fuck, suck and fuck, suck and fuck. I don't know. We're just, but stick around, Just Joy. Maybe you'll learn something. Brian says, sexy. It was very sexy. $95 away from today's goal. Let's throw in a couple. Let's call it a win for the toe. Hit like, hit share, hit follow, hit subscribe. We appreciate it. Pushing 300. Let's get all the way there. Another beautiful night here in Minnesota. That's really going to fuck us over this summer. But we're happy to have you here. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you guys very much for everything you've done so far. You're more than halfway home. Let's punch it in for the rest. All right, we got a little CNN today. We've been all over the place, man. Had a little airport. we've had a little we had a little race problem at the airport. Some people were saying we had a Granny OnlyFans. We had a little, I guess you would call that the health segment that we just had. Now we got to go to CNN. Somebody's got to explain to me why Jemele Hill is on a news channel at all, because CNN brings her on. Now, if you don't remember who Jemele Hill is, Jemele Hill was on ESPN. She was a sports analyst. She was not particularly good. She was there to check some boxes. Let's just say that. And she would whine and bitch about BLM, about politics, about you give her something to bitch about. I mean, it was almost like she didn't want to be there to talk about sports. I mean, she wanted to get into every social issue. And not only that, she was just real combative and shitty with people about it. So ESPN cut her loose. They just got tired of her shit. Like, think about that. When a place as woke as ESPN goes, all right, look, you're being a little too preachy on the progressivism. You got to tone it down. It's like when the skinheads in prison in American History X told Derek Vineyard, cool it with the preaching, bro. Like when the skinheads are telling you that you're just a little too maybe you just slow it down a little bit. But Jemele Hill got cut loose from ESPN because she wanted to, spread the word of the woke, as it were. Well, now she's on CNN, and they have her talk about political issues, and good God, is she out of her depth. This was either a really cruel trick or a mercy killing in this next, because they put Jemele Hill next to Scott Jennings, who was the former Bush press advisor guy or whatever it was. He was about to maybe be Donald Trump's press secretary, but they went with Levitt instead. Well, they put Jemele Hill in there with Scott Jennings to argue about a ban on transgender troops. And honest to God, this is unfair. This is like, remember when they would have like midgets wrestle and they would put like 4 midgets in there against King Kong Bundy? And it was just like lambs to the slaughter. That's how I feel with Jemele Hill talking politics with power dork Scott Jennings. Let's take a look.
The other problem, Scott, is that it's never enough. It's bathrooms today. It's sports today. It's sports tomorrow. It's the military today.
No, it's also sports today, by the way.
Yeah, it is sports today. And
80% of Americans agree, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. And 80%, guess what? The majority sometimes is wrong. That also happens, right? Because the majority used to believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was somebody who was a threat, that somebody who was not a good American. The majority of people used to be against civil rights. Were they right? No, they weren't.
Outside of Patrick Melton, I have never seen someone get owned simply by talking. That was amazing. Scott Jennings didn't have to say anything. Just it's like steel-toed derangement syndrome. Just let their momentum carry themselves right into the brick wall. That's amazing. A majority of Americans believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a threat. The corpse of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., should be reanimated so it can come up out of the grave and slap the shit out of Jemele Hill for saying that. To compare the plight and the struggle of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the fight for civil rights, which he was assassinated by the American government for, to men who want to cut their cocks off and play basketball? Get fucked, lady. Are you? And notice Scott Jennings didn't have to say a word. He knows just by the look on his face. He knows how ridiculous this is. That's your argument? And she's like, well, it's trans troops today, and then it's trans sports tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, that sounds great. What you got next? Well, then it's trans bathrooms the next day. Cool. That sounds odd. What else you got? Let's go to the next one. Trans what else? What she doesn't understand is you got to be able to see this from both sides. Like, I understand her perspective. But you understand that the people who agree with Scott Jennings, their perspective is the opposite. They're worried that if they let trans people in the bathrooms today, they're going to be letting them into girls' sports tomorrow and letting them into the military the day after that. So you guys are pushing in opposite directions. Every time you try to make your point to him, he's going, hey, that sounds fucking awesome. That's not an argument against his point. It's an argument for his point. And vice versa. Like Scott Jennings could go to her and say, oh, we're going to allow trans people in the military. What's next? Trans people in girls' sports? And she'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do that too. So you can't try to make a like a guilt trip argument against someone who wants the thing you're trying to guilt them about. But a majority, he's like 80% of Americans don't want trans people in the military. And she's like, oh yeah, well, a majority of Americans thought that Martin Luther King was dangerous. Yeah. I mean, how do you argue? How do you counterpoint someone like that? I mean, when what they say is so ridiculous on its face that you could just go, can we just read what she just said into the record and then that's my rebuttal? 191 Redbird with $5 says the end goal of the trans movement is unrestricted access to your children. There is, a lot of this stuff does focus around kids, and it's really weird. I think we got to be looking into a lot of the people who want to make this like, well, we just want to be able to talk to the kids. We just want to be, why? Why do you want to talk to my children? No. About what? Well, about my sexual orientation. Nope. Fuck off. Absolutely not. That's where do we draw the line? That thing you just said, let's start there. I just want to talk to your children about gender. Nope. Okay, the line's there now. I just want to talk to children about my husband and I. Nope. I don't want heterosexual couples talking to little kids about their marriage or anything like that. They don't need to know. So let's leave it. Let's leave the kids out of it. And why are you so aggressively pursuing getting your books in kindergartners' libraries or going in there dressed as a chick to go read to kids? Like, why is that so important? It seems like a mission more than a charity. Tridio becoming a member for 18 months. He says one gorilla versus one intellectual. Jesus. And Blop Jones becoming a member for 7 months and giving me a winky face. Aw, I feel mildly hit on. Thank you. $90 away from tonight's goal. Throw us a couple of bucks and let's call it a win for the toe. Phil Herslet says, kids, are you talking about melting? Oh, Jesus. $5 again from Redbird. Oh, shit. We got to update Redbird. Another $10 to his total. He's now at 112. Thank you, buddy. He is closing in on second place. Thank you very much, Redbird. Now we're $85 away from tonight's goal. Thank you. Hey, you guys just keep on going. We're only an hour in. We got $85 to go. I appreciate it. Redbird says the MAP group is gaining serious traction in LGBT in the last 5 years. I mean, I would just say as much as the Overton window has shifted just from the days where we were talking about gay marriage, it's a little uncomfortable to see how far it's gone. All right, 85. Some of you are very, very funny. $85 away from tonight's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. It's a Wednesday night. You guys are always in rare form on Wednesday nights. I appreciate it. Keep it going. Little by little, we'll get this thing knocked out. We've got Granny joining us in about an hour. Pumped for that. Anybody want to wonder what the hell this is? Republican State Senator Ileana Garcia suddenly fainted Tuesday as she was speaking at a Ron DeSantis press conference. Now, I'll admit that anytime I see an otherwise healthy person pass out publicly, I'm still stuck back in 2021-22. I still wonder if they were vaccinated. And I wonder, because remember, we didn't have time to study the thing. We didn't have time to figure out what the side effects would be. We still don't know what the long-term side effects are. Like, we saw all these people having myocarditis issues. We saw people fainting and shit like that after they got it. Like, is that something that can pop up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road? We don't know. A lot of these people took, when we say they took an experimental genetic program, they did. They agreed to take a first of its kind vaccine that, played the ones and twos on your genes. And, how are we supposed to know long term if it can't fuck some shit up? Now, I have no idea if this was vaccine injury or not. I'm just saying, whenever I see an otherwise perfectly healthy person just pass the fuck out at a government event, it is the first thing I think of. I'll admit that. I hope I'm not alone in that. Let's take a look. Oh, you tricked me with an ad for girls. Son of a bitch. They won't even tell me how long the ad is. Rat bastards, the whole lot of them. That's all right. We got our last YouTube morning show of the week coming up tomorrow at 6 a.m. Central. Be sure to be here for that. We got Granny coming up at 8 o'clock today. Pumped for that one as well. So let's knock out that last $80 and call it a win for the toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Here we go.
Day for the state of Florida, when we are taking decisive action to protect our skies, our environment, and the well-being of all Floridians.
Yeah, see, she looks young. She's not like obese where she'd have like circulation problems and go lightheaded.
I want to express my deepest gratitude to Governor DeSantis for his unwavering support and leadership in
She's already getting short of breath.
Helping this happen. Senate Bill 56, very shortly a reality. This landmark legislation sends a clear message: Florida will not stand by while unregulated activities threaten the delicate balance of our atmosphere, and there will be harsh consequences for those who do. So, Governor, forgive me, I've got to sit down because I am not feeling well.
Hey, we got you. Would you bring it up? We got you.
That is weird. I don't see people do that like in regular life. I'll be honest, I've never watched someone just like having a normal time, just engaging in normal conversation or whatever, and then just kind of, I'm not feeling well, and then pass. I've never experienced it. I'm sure other people have. And this doesn't look like, remember that comedian? I can't remember what her name was, but there was that comedian and she just fucking face planted while she was talking about the vaccine. It's like, I just got vaccinated and people are yelling at me for it. And then just, she went stroke face and out. That's not what this was. She felt it coming on. I think this might just be maybe a little exhaustion or something. I mean, you're a politician though. What do you have to be exhausted about?
Do we have water? I don't. Water?
All right. Well, she got up just a little bit later.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, what a trooper. She got right back up and kept
my
going.
Moment. I could not. Nerve-wracking, but this was my moment, and I so appreciate your grace.
Wow, you know what? Good for her, man. She got back up and finished it off. And what is she, state senator? Wow, I'm impressed. The footage then cut to moments later when Garcia was feeling well enough to stand. What was the moment? What were they celebrating? It doesn't say it. Well, of course, it's Mediaite, and it's Republicans celebrating something. They just say she was speaking at a press conference. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go to Suave Banana with $10. Our resident gay guy, Suave Banana, he's always educating us on this stuff. He said, my husband and I have a 2-year-old foster boy. Kids are disgusting. Snot, shit, piss, coughing, germs, etc. How anyone can be attracted to kids is beyond me. I hope he becomes a real ladies' man. There you go. And I'm not going to speak for Suave, but Suave has commented on the show before. He's like, yeah, he's the one who kind of told us. He's like, there's this small but vocal wing of like the LGBTQ community where like they want to, go in and they want to, let us read to these kids. And it's like, it sounds like more than you just wanting to read to them. It's a little fucked up. Suave Banana is always like, he's always warned us. He's like, look, there is a small, but they're a fucked up, kind of mentally ill portion of the activist crowd. Gray Duckling with $2. Suave Banana is more the guy. He and his husband are just trying to like make believe they're heterosexual. They're kind of living that life. They're, you know what they are? They're skinwalking us. They're LARPing. Suave Banana and his husband are LARPing as like Dockers, khaki wearing suburban moms and dads. I don't know. You gotta maybe they're the ones you gotta watch out for. I have no idea. Gray Duckling with $2 says the power of Christ compels you. She needed some kind of help, dude. She needed some kind of assistance. $75 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much for knocking it down. And on the YouTube side of things as well. Thank you very, very much. Now that puts Gray at 55. Is that? No, 67 is fourth place. So Gray's still about $13 away from the top four. Thank you, Suave Banana. Thank you, Gray Duckling. $75 away from a perfect week of evening shows. You guys are always old dependable here on the evenings. All right, Dave Portnoy is still having a fit over the whole the Jew thing, the Jew sign at his restaurant. He's still losing his shit about that. It's probably time to move on. Like, I got it. I understood when it first happened. What happened was, so I was wondering why Dave Portnoy was trying to fire the waitress over this. And it turns out what happened was there's a bottle service at Dave Portnoy's bar. And if you buy the bottle service, you tell the server what to put up on a certain sign. And you can put up whatever you want to. And these guys thought it would be really funny to put "fuck the Jews" up on the sign. In this case, Dave Portnoy found out about it, fired the waitresses. And then I guess the waitresses bitched to Dave Portnoy. They were complaining. They were saying, Dave, this has ruined our life. One little mistake has, fucked up everything for us. And I kind of feel bad for him because it's like, Dave wasn't there. I doubt that Dave's really at that bar very often anyway. Dave's just kind of the name behind it. It's like the people who sold the George Foreman grills weren't talking to George Foreman regularly. So Dave Portnoy's just a name to these waitresses. These guys come in, they're paying customers. They want to put a shitty, offensive sign up, but it's part of the bottle service thing. Honestly, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place because what if you're these women and you tell these paying customers, no, we're not putting that up there for you. And then those guys throw a fit and be like, we paid, we want to put "fuck the Jews." Like, let's say Sam shows there and he's just really adamant about it. Okay, let's say they don't do it. In their mind, they're worried, am I going to get in trouble for pissing off a really high-paying customer? So I think it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. But Dave Portnoy, Dave was not having it. Dave was, he was bitching about the guys who, not only the guys who put the sign up, but also the waitresses. He's laying into the ex-employee raising funds after posting an anti-Semitic sign in the company's Nashville bar. A man identified as Adnan Khan took to social media and claimed responsibility for the sign that read "fuck the Jews." He claimed the sign was an edgy joke, and he's since lost his job because of it, been suspended from school, and more. A Give, Send, Go crowdfunding campaign by Khan has raised more than $10,000 as of this writing. I make thousands of people laugh every day. I entertain thousands of people, and thousands of more, I make them angry as all hell. And we get that goal down to zero every day. We get it down there, but it's, skin of the teeth. I got people calling kids the N-word. I got people putting "fuck Jews" on a sign, and they're making fucking over a month and a half worth of goals on Give, Send, Go. I'm in the wrong business. Now, Portnoy called the ex-staffer a coward. Now, this is the I thought, wait, so Adnan Khan is a dude. It was a male. Dave, aren't you supposed to be bringing like old school masculinity back and you got dude waitresses at your sports bar? The fuck is wrong with you, David? Portnoy says this dude is a flat liar. I talked to him on the phone with his buddy and they both owned up to it and cried about it. He then lawyered up after speaking with his family. His name got out because he's a moron and uploaded "fuck the Jews" sign to his Instagram before I even knew about it. He already went viral without me. He spreads hate and uses the Middle East conflict as his excuse. Oh, come on. At least admit that you were being shitty. And wait a minute, didn't the guy say that it was just an edgy joke? He didn't try to make it about Israel and Palestine. I feel like Dave's being kind of a whiny bitch about this too. Because this is what, day 4? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Dave's still bitching about it now. Like, I get Sunday, I get Monday. But by Tuesday, now we're kvetching a little bit. Now we're kind of milking it just a little. Because, like, all right, it's enough. All right, no, Dave, we get it. Fuck the Jews. It was a really mean sign. It was really terrible. But now he's like publicizing every piece of it and the whole deal. He's like, this dude is a flat liar. Fuck him. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go to, yeah, look, it looks like Dave hasn't slept. You know, it looks like, you know, his face is all puffy. Loaded Wrench says, you'd all be employed if it wasn't for my David. It's true. The guy's got a point. Don't give me unprepared. You had that sign, fuck the Jews, and you knew then. And you did nothing. You don't think they really pay $12 for a martini, $15 for a margarita, do you? All right. Puffy face Dave Portnoy talking about one of these guys who's very upset that this fuck the Jews sign caused him to lose his job and get kicked out of school.
All right, so I just dragged my ass out of bed because I got to show you this guy. Mo Khan just made this video. Mo Khan is the guy who went to the Barstool Bar in Philly and uploaded the fuck the Jews sign to Instagram.
Does Dave Portnoy have kids? Or a teenage girlfriend? Because those look like small people shoes. Like small people Crocs sitting on top of his kitchen. Whatever.
All hell broke loose.
Those look like they're for like a very small woman or children. Maybe Dave's got tiny feet. Who am I to judge?
Went super.
I only wear size 14s, Dave. Suck it!
Viral. Everyone's sending it to me. Temple fucking suspended his ass basically before I was even involved because, hey, asshole, you fucking uploaded it to your personal Instagram. What do you think was going to happen, you brain dead moron? Well,
I will say this. As much as Dave seems to still be a little too hot under the collar over this, posting a fuck the Jews sign and then taking credit for it and posting it on your Instagram has to be in the top 3 of the most retarded, unforced errors I've heard of this week.
Anyways, I was so mad. Everyone saw that. I calmed down. I'm like, I'm going to try to make this teachable moment. This kid's crying. He's like, I'm not anti-Semitic, blah, 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 all this shit, even though there's past incidents that came to light. And then he does a 180, and he's like, oh, I was a citizen journalist. I don't know who did it. I have nothing to do with it. He's just a flat liar, coward with no responsibility. I should have seen this next move coming. He is now actually trying to profit from this.
Yep.
And he's playing the role of the victim.
Here's the problem he's going to have. Like, you can get a lawyer, you can sue. And, like, what's a lawyer going to say in a case like this? What's he going to say? Oh, yeah, you know, really, I don't think you have a case. I really don't. Of course not. He's going to say, you know, you give me 60% and I'll take care of this for you. He sees Barstool and he sees a kid losing his job and getting kicked out of school. And he just starts, how much you want to bet? This is how great, and like, I mean great in quotes, great lawyers are. His lawyer could be Jewish. He'd still take the case.
Like Dave Portnoy sensationalized this. How dare he talk about a fuck the Jews sign at the Barstool Bar?
No, wait, no, whoa. Nobody is saying that, Dave. Nobody's saying how dare he talk about it. We're more saying, all right, Dave, it's been 3 or 4 days. I think we can fuck off about the sign now. Jesus. Israel had jets in the air after October 7th by this point. You're just still at the yelling about it stage.
He fucking uploaded, you moron. And maybe everyone's right. Well, like, you can't talk to these kids. And he's just so stupid. Like, Zero accountability. Blaming it all on me. He's like, I've lost an internship that I work hard for, and I'm suspended from school. Buddy, you uploaded a "fuck the Jews" sign to your personal Instagram from my fucking bar. And you're blaming that now on me? And by the way,
no, I'm not blaming Dave, and I don't think anybody's blaming Dave for the sign. I think where I'm settling on this is I'm blaming Dave for continuing to whine and bitch and complain about this and keep this thing in the news as long as Dave has. That's, I think, what we're bitching about. Is that, all right, look, we got it, Dave. We understand. This sucks. This is terrible, but all right, I think we can be done now. Like, again, like, as evidence, the guy's done with school. The guy lost his job, lost an internship. I think we can be done with him now. Papa Shab says, don't feel bad for Dave Portnoy. He posted nude pictures of Tom Brady's son in 2011 and said that he has a big howitzer. The Massachusetts State Police had to tell him to remove the Twitter post. What? Is that no. I'm not saying you're a liar. Dave Portnoy, Tom Brady, son. Ew. I don't remember this. Well, this was 14 years ago, but like I don't remember this. He posted a picture of Tom Brady's 2-year-old son. What a fucking asshole. Ew. Is there there's no video version of this story, is there? Naked picture of Tom Brady's baby hits internet. A paparazzi photograph of Tom Brady's son Benjamin at the beach with his mother Giselle made its way to the internet. The photo was noteworthy for 2 reasons. I don't want to know. Those comments made by site creator Dave Portnoy don't necessarily need to be repeated, but the message was that Brady produces children with large reproductive organs, while Peyton Manning would produce the opposite. I didn't think that we were going to have to say this. I didn't think this was a rule we had. I understand on like NLO, this might be something you need to reiterate, mostly to the host. But yeah, we don't make sexualized comments about kids, Dave. Really? How is 14 years gone by and I didn't know about this? Chef Maddock with $1 says, are you saying you can be a homosexual and a normal member of society? Sounds like a world where we all live together in harmony. Kumbaya with the suave banana. Veldrain with $1 says, Jays typically aren't known as the type to whine, except if a day ends in Y. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, why wouldn't Dave keep posting rants about this to keep it in the news? He'd be dumb not to keep the money coming and attention coming in from it. Well, but the only thing is, he continues to rant and rave and talk about it, and it might end up helping this guy in terms of a lawsuit. Because Dave continues to drag him through the mud. Dave continues to talk about him like after this was supposed to be all done. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle renewing his membership for 27 months. Says her battery ran out, bro. I was late on that one. That was a while ago. The Florida story. Okay. Thank you, buddy. Hey, $75 away from today's goal. Do us a favor. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. We are $75 away from a perfect week on the toe. So go ahead and rally it up. Let's call this thing a win. We are pressing 300 again. Thank you guys very much. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We appreciate, again, all of your contributions. Gift those memberships. Throw those super chats at us. We appreciate it. Did you see the fat black lady statue? I don't get this. I don't understand what it's supposed to be. But this is a thing that people were tweeting about today. And yeah, it's this. It's a statue in the middle of Times Square, and it's just of some fat black chick. I don't know why. I don't know if it was supposed to be some kind of big reveal, but it's basically a 12-foot statue of Precious. It's not, they didn't say it's Precious. They're not saying it's supposed to be like Gabby Sidibe from the movie Precious, but it's just a 12-foot statue of, they say, a fictionalized overweight black woman. I don't know why it was done. I don't know what the point of it was. One of the men is World War I hero Francis Duffy. Wait, what? Installed at the ground level on a wide, low base, the work invites engagement with the hundreds of thousands of people who traverse the plazas each day. The woman, grounded in the stars, cuts a stark contrast to the pedestaled permanent monuments, both white, both men, which bookend Duffy Square while embodying a quiet gravity and grandeur. So, I guess there's two statues of white dudes in Duffy Square in Times Square, and somebody decided to put up this statue of a fat black chick because, hey, there's two white nobodies. Why can't there be a fat black nobody? Well, guess who the statues are of the two white guys? One, World War I hero Father Francis Duffy, who became the most highly decorated cleric in the history of the U.S. Army for his efforts during combat on the Western Front in France. Duffy was honored with the Distinguished Service Cross for his service to the United States, which included caring for wounded and dying men. So, statue number one of, as the artist said, some white guy, was actually a fucking war hero who literally fought in the trenches and got a medal for his service. And again, the black representation in the statues here is just some fat chick. Number two, the other white man is George C. Cohen, who is regarded as a Broadway hero who was America's first show business superstar. NPR says Cohen should be remembered as the man who created Broadway. So he's the Mo Green of Broadway. In other words, without Cohen's efforts in the early 20th century, there's a chance there's no Times Square for the 12-foot overweight black woman to chill for the next couple of months. Why? I hate to bring this up again, but this is where sports has it right. Whenever there's a statue of an athlete outside of a stadium, they're not like, oh, yeah, we got that Michael Jordan statue up there. Oh, that might make white fans feel weird. Can we put a Bill Wennington one up there? How about a John Paxson? Can we put it? No. John Paxson and Bill Wennington don't deserve statues. Michael Jordan, he deserves a statue. Everybody, we're getting very close to everyone who sees anything now having to see white or black first instead of instead of learning the history and going, oh, why is there a statue of that guy? All the person who put up this fat black chick does is go, yeah, that's a white statue. That's a white statue too. What did those two white statues do? I don't care. Here's a fat black chick. What did she do? Ate and didn't exercise and allowed fat to gather in her midsection. Because this guy was a clergyman in World War I. Gay! She yelled at white guys who took too long for their food order at Popeyes. She's a hero. She stands up to privilege. She tells women they can't wear dreadlocks if they're not black. She's fucking brave, dude. In other words, the woke decided it was time for the Times Square white men to give up some of their turf to a big black woman who wants to speak to a manager now. Yeah, there she is. There's the Times Square temptress, old Precious. It's called Grounded with the Stars. Support for Grounded in the Stars is provided in part by the Jacques and Natasha Gelman Foundation. Something culturally divisive, which could become toxic to the culture and divide people and instigate argument and racial tensions. Let it go, Aaron. Let it go. Sam Show's already going to be all over this one. You don't need to. All right, the Jacques and Natasha Gelman Foundation. Morgan Stanley. The New York State Council on the Arts, with the support of the Office of the Governor and the New York State Legislature, public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs in partnership with the City Council, and additional in-kind support from the Times Square Edition Hotel. So fucking everybody paid for this fat black statue to be out there. Now, one black activist in New York had it right. He tweeted about it and said, I don't understand why they had to make it overweight, right? Like, there are plenty of black people that you can build a statue to. You could build, how about a guy who was a major CEO of a big company like, I don't know, Herman Cain? Oh, wait, he was a Republican. All right, you can't do that. How about like a really famous neurosurgeon who also made his mark in politics? Maybe like a Ben Carson. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. You can't. All right, a black woman. How about Michelle Obama? No, it's got to be a black woman. How about Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice? See, now she's a Republican too. Son of a bitch. My point is, it's so weird when people want to like stick it to the white man, and then they end up being more racist than the imaginary white guy they create in their head. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to have black representation in these statues. Like, all right, great. Who are you putting up there? Some lazy fat bitch. What? Like, there's a lot of black people who have done stuff, right? Like, they've accomplished a lot. You could put a Tuskegee Airman up there. That would be fantastic. How about, nope, she's going to be a fat, black, lazy welfare queen. Why? You could do better if you put Monique up there and then you still keep the same spirit of the statue. It's just that it's someone who's earned it, sort of. How about Missy Elliott? I'll give you a fat black lady that's accomplished something. Don't understand why they had to make her overweight. Another person wrote, didn't you know that fat is great? Being healthy and working out is just an awful white person's expression. Being in shape is MAGA. I just don't understand it, man. I'm not against the idea of putting black statues in Times Square. Hell, that could be great. That could help us out quite a bit. I just don't understand why you just had to put a random fake fat black lady in there. CJ with $2 says, are you coming around on my girl Lily yet? Lily is, Lily's a bit rich for my blood. I'll put it that way. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle with $1.99 says the statue's already getting welfare. Oh, for goodness sake. For goodness sake. My Lost Interest says, turns out Duffy had a thing for fat black chicks and dudes who enjoy Broadway. Yeah. Sam Show's probably just mad that they called the guy Cohen from Broadway. He's just mad they called him white. I think that's Sam Show's biggest hang up about the whole deal. If they made a regular sized lady, the fatties would be mad. I mean, maybe. But like, again, Fauci's pangolin. Oh, I didn't know this. There's a pull string in the statue. If you pull it, the statue goes, Hercules, 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 Hercules. I had no idea. No clue. $75 away from tonight's goal. Guys, finish it up in about a half hour. We've got Granny coming up, and we want to finish off with a perfect round of evening shows. 75 away from tonight. Only about 250 hanging out with us this evening. That's all right. It's been really nice out this week. The numbers have been a little bit down. What do you do? $2 from CJ says Lily is live right now to 10.4K. Say it, Aaron. Well, shit. I mean, now you're making me feel really shitty. I'm struggling to get to 250 tonight. I can't really say anything. We got to 400 for an evening show on Monday, so can't really bitch about being down the last two nights. That's the name of the game. $70 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate all of the contributions. Keep it up, and let's get a win. All right, one more race thing tonight. I'm telling you, man, I go to Twitter, I go to CNN, I go to all the same places looking for stories, looking for stuff to talk about, and I had to dig quite a bit for tonight's show and tomorrow morning's show because everybody's got the race bug. Everybody wants to put their race stuff out there. All the black people on Twitter and on the news, they want to get all the bad whiteys on there. All the whiteys, they want to get all the bad black people on there. It's the room is hot right now, so I had to bounce around because I'm like, well, I don't want to do race shit all day. I mean, I understand I got to cover some of it, but it's like I don't want it to be blackety black and I'm black, y'all, and then honky, 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 you know. If I'm going to have a honky story, it's because it's about a goose. Right? For the gander. All right, this next one is a guy who got halfway home with his McDonald's McChicken and realized there was something wrong with the McChicken. Now, that's very frustrating. When you order food and the food's not right, it's a frustrating thing. But I found that if you go to the place where you ordered it and you show them, they will either make you a new one or they will give you your money back. It all works out in the end, you know? And also, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've had an order fucked up at a fast food place. Every time I hear someone bitching about like, they want $15 an hour, they never get my order right. I'm like, I can't remember the last time. It had to be like 5-6 years ago. I can remember somebody forgot fries in a McDonald's thing that I ordered. Not the end of the world. I just told them, hey, you forgot the fries. And you know what happened? They dropped some fries in my bag. Very sweet of them. Well, this guy he's got a little bit different approach when he has a customer complaint.
McDonald's just sold me this undone ass chicken, bruh. I'm about to go trip. This the third time, my nigga. The third.
Now, here's the deal. I don't believe him because McDonald's can't sell you uncooked chicken. Because, check me if I'm wrong, the chicken comes to McDonald's already cooked. So, either this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, or we might have a Wendy's chili finger situation going on here. You remember the Wendy's chili finger? There was somebody who ordered a Wendy's chili, which is fucking cool. They ordered a Wendy's chili, and they took a picture, and they complained to the restaurant, and they were going to have this big lawsuit. They said, oh, my God, there's a finger in my Wendy's chili. Now, there was a finger in this woman's Wendy's chili, but it didn't come from the Wendy's. It came from this woman and her, I don't know, collection of fingers that she has lying around. I mean, the most troubling thing about that whole story became, where the fuck did this lady get a finger from to put in the chili? But people will try this sometimes. They'll try to rip off fast food places to either get money, lawsuit, notoriety, whatever. This guy, I don't think they can give you uncooked chicken at McDonald's because I think the chicken comes already cooked.
Time, bro. I'm gonna go off, nigga, so stay tuned. Hey, the fucking chicken is not done. This shit goes to my kid. You fucking idiot. You don't know how to fucking cook chicken?
See, now this seems like a little too much energy for our initial, tete-a-tete on getting the money back for the chicken. That's, again, you can try it first. Like, excuse me, this chicken sandwich was not done to completion. I was wondering if I could either get a new one for my kids or if you could just refund me and I'll get something else. And they'd be like, oh, yes, sir, absolutely. We make $94 trillion every hour. We can float you a chicken sandwich, especially if this one is not done to your liking. We value your business. Here you go. Coming in and screaming, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And, yelling and swearing and cursing at everybody. I mean, they're probably still going to give you your money back, but now you're just a fucking asshole.
Goddamn! Give my fucking money back or you fucking kill somebody. I'm tired of fucking playing with you motherfuckers, bruh. Not done.
This is Gordon Ramsay in the hood. This is, this guy goes to chicken places and yells at people.
145 degrees. cook the chicken properly, bruh. It's not you, it's your fucking cooks. While they laughing, I'll beat this nigga ass, bruh.
Again, you are mere seconds away from the refund. You are mere seconds away from maybe a gift card. You are mere seconds away from another sandwich. We do not need to yell the N-word into the kitchen and threaten to beat the shit out of the zit-faced cook.
And make you call the police, bruh. Do your fucking job right.
You want a refund then?
Yeah, I want my fucking refund. She's 7 years old, bruh. Stop fucking doing.
He thought she meant his tax refund. He claimed like a bunch of people's kids on his taxes this year, and he's going to be upset when he finds out it's only $3.79 at McDonald's.
Shit backwards, bruh. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. What's up, nigga? Come
See,
outside,
no, we don't.
bruh.
This is the kind of energy that causes these neighborhoods to be in a constant state of decline. Is not everything needs to escalate into "I'll whoop your ass on camera." Some things can just be, once again, excuse me, this chicken is, you don't even need to be that nice. You can go, excuse me, this chicken is dog shit. I'd like my money back. There. We don't need to see if we can start the rumble in the jungle in the fucking McDonald's on your cell phone. Because we know two things. One, it's going to be a lot of haymaker swinging. And two, you're not going to hold the camera still for us to see enough of anything anyway. So let's just not waste everybody's time.
You want to feed my kid raw chicken, bruh? I will beat your ass, nigga. Straight up, nigga, on the mob, nigga.
And how many hood points do you really get for beating the shit out of a McDonald's fry cook? Is that really, do you really get street cred for that one? That feels like you're playing some kind of adventure game and you're a level 92 and you stepped on an ant. I don't really think you get a lot for that one. Oh, don't fuck with Tremaine. Do you hear he just fucked up the McRib guy?
Watch what you doing, bitch. Fuck you up, Migo, nigga.
He reminds me of the guy who comes into Pinky's Records in Next Friday. Do you know who you fucking with? Try again, motherfucker. Try again, motherfucker. I go postal on this motherfucker. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle with 199 says, are you sure they're not at a Popeyes? Oh, no gun. I don't know. The stories I've seen, they typically stab at a Popeyes. It's typically a stabbing. My Lost Interest says his 5-year-old has won the lottery. Yeah, I mean, if he's yelling that at the fry cook's 5-year-old kid, all of a sudden you got yourself a give, send, go. Poor, think of that. Like, some white lady calls some little kid the N-word. That kid gets $300,000, $400,000. Because, like, the kid who got called that at the playground, he's made a bunch of money, too. You're a poor black fry cook at a McDonald's. You could actually use some money. Somebody comes in and calls you the N-word and threatens you with physical violence. You don't get a fucking dime. In fact, they might fire you for being a distraction. I feel bad for that guy. If I was a 5-year-old stealing a toy, starting some shit at a playground, being filmed by a pedo, then I can make a few $100,000. But if I'm sitting here, all my pores getting clogged with the smoke and the burger grease while I warm up people's food and they yell at me and threaten to kick my ass, I get called the N-word. It's just considered a job hazard. Great. Thank you, Danger Bear Wolf Turtle with $5. We're getting down there. We're getting down there, guys. Thank you. Danger Bear with 5 says another black dad about to go to jail and be away from their kid. Smart, another black dad about to go to jail. Oh, he just wrote the same. I think he copy-pasted me. I think he gave me a copy-paste. Papa Shop says you actually get negative street cred. Oh, if you beat up the McDonald's line cook? Yeah. Fauci's Pangolin says you get 2 points. Okay. Redbird says you laugh, be forced to interact in person and see how funny it is, especially when the gun stuffed in his pants is blatantly printing. Yeah, I try not to go to those McDonald's. Or at the very least, I try to just drive through only, you know. $65 away from tonight's goal. Guys, let's get in there and finish it up. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. We're just a few more gifted memberships and some 5s and 10s away from calling it another perfect night for the toe. About 50 minutes left on the clock, 65 bucks away from a W. So really, $1 or $2 an hour, or $1 or $2 an hour, $1 or $2 a minute. Do we have any update on this guy who wants to tell him it's not really chicken? I mean, that's fair. Yeah, everyone's trying to cash in on the Sophie Hendricks trend. You know, Veldrain says trying to cash in on the Sophie Hendricks trend. Yeah, if I can get someone to call me or someone around me the N-word, I might, there's now an established cash value on that shit. Got to see what you can do. All right, over 250, heading to 300. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Thank you very much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. Just a little bit left, and we can call it a win for the toe. Thank you, guys. Remember, Granny is coming up at 8 o'clock. Excited to talk to Granny. This is another, hey, Minnesota just full of really great stories this week. We're really crushing it. Now we've got a teacher at a daycare abusing the students, and there's video. I tell you what, Minnesota we missed the headlines for a day. We wanted to be back. Let's go ahead and check this one out. While we're doing that, guys, throw a couple bucks our way. The links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you.
Answers after a video from inside a Minnesota daycare center went viral.
As Rex Chapman reports, it was taken by a worker at...
Hey, in fairness to us in Minnesota, I'm going to guess that this is a white daycare because all the Somali daycares are just daycares on paper, and then they take federal funding, and then you look in there and it's just an empty building. So, hey, at least this is a Minnesota daycare that's open this time. We're getting there. Baby steps now. Baby steps.
At Little Explorers Child Care Center in Plymouth.
Oh, yeah, Plymouth. It's white.
Zakiah Thomas recorded this video inside the class.
Oh, Zakiah Thomas. I might be wrong. Plymouth? Really? The Burbs? The fuck out of here. What are you going to show me a fucking Mexican daycare in Maple Grove? We used to be a proper country.
Where she worked in Plymouth at Little Explorers Child Care Center.
I don't care. Sit down.
The lead teacher that I work with in the early preschool classroom with 2- and 3-year-olds was just being super aggressive, grabbing kids by their arms, slamming them in chairs, pushing them to the table.
Dude, you're not even a parent. You're watching the kids for a few hours a day at a daycare where they get to play with toys and shit. And you're chucking them into seats, and you're like you're a pro wrestler is throwing them into the corner and shit. Come on, get a hold of yourself. Try being around, try being responsible for 3 of the kids for days on end and shit like that. Even then you don't do it. I think that daycare thing, we might have to add that to the list. Like soldiers, cops, teachers, jobs you can only do for so long in one place, and then we got to transfer you before you lose it.
Slamming stuff in front of them, snatching stuff out their hand, screaming in their face.
You are not listening.
Thomas says the kids are all under 4 years old. She tells us she made a complaint to management at the daycare and reported it to the Department of Human Services.
It definitely was an uncomfortable situation, but yesterday I decided to take a step back so that I could get it on camera because I knew that day was going to be my last day and that I couldn't just leave my kids there with her.
Hey, somebody was trying to get a promotion, maybe? Come on. You snake her, you move in, you take the job, a little pay bump. You're trusted. Quality control. I like where your head's at.
Without me to protect them and make sure that they were okay.
Plymouth police tell us there is an active investigation into what happened at the center. A check of records from DHS shows several violations from children who were subjected to prohibited disciplinary actions in areas used by kids that weren't kept up.
That's the other thing is the daycare place usually comes out looking like shit in these because not only do they have an employee who was being remarkably shitty, but also they go back and they check and they're like, oh, we didn't know you had a bunch of other complaints leading up to this moment.
Corrections were made after all of the violations.
I did not tell you to get up.
But this video posted on social media has parents coming forward.
I've seen this before. I've seen it in real life. I've reported it to DHS, to the directors at the facility, and that I was sadly not surprised.
That's what I mean. Like, anytime somebody records this stuff, in fact, the reason a lot of people record this stuff is because it's been reported before and nobody does anything. So this isn't surprising. And if this is a lady, could we shave those arms a little? Jesus.
This mother
looks like the inside of an old man's ears.
Who did not want to be identified
And I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time.
says watching the video brought back bad memories of her two children's experiences at Little Explorers Child Care Center in Buffalo, Minnesota. She says the verbal and mental abuse her then kindergarten experience at the center led to a diagnosis by doctors.
He was diagnosed with PTSD or
Holy fuck. A little kid had PTSD. How shitty of a daycare person do you have to be that you're giving children soldier diseases?
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Like other parents, she wants something to be done. Reg Chapman, WCCO News.
Cadence Education is the parent company of Little.
The Somalis are like, hey, we don't look so bad for not opening them now, huh? At least we're not beating the fuck out of them. Ours don't even exist.
Explorers. In regards to the Plymouth case, they told us safety is their top priority, saying, quote,
yeah,
we do not tolerate behavior of this kind, and the individuals involved are.
No, literally, as we investigate this, we're finding out that you do tolerate behavior of this kind. You can't just say you don't when we have video that shows that you do and reports showing that you do.
Are no longer employed with us. In addition, we have initiated an investigation into this issue and are fully cooperating with authorities.
Oh, well, aren't you guys the fucking salt of the earth, huh? Oh, no, toy prices climb due to tariffs. That's no good. Everybody's going to be paying more for their Barbies. You know what the shittiest part about that is? Like, the 10-year-olds that make those toys are still going to be making the same shit money. Like, literally everyone else is going to be lining their pockets except the people who make the dolls. Brutal. Just brutal. Vince Griswold with $5 says, if Nick's body cam drops, are you legally allowed to cover it? Yes. There might be parts that I have to clip out. I have to watch it first and I have to edit it, but yeah, I'd be legally allowed to cover it. Most of it. Veldrain with $1 says, it turns out, why? Is there some kind of, I haven't heard anything about any body cams dropping. Let's go to Veldrain with $1 says, it turns out a little exploring at Little Explorers was not good for the Little Explorers. No. The Little Explorers did not do so hot with their little exploring. They did Little Explorers, giant cunt daycare lady. I don't think they put that on the sign, though. Kopi says, that's exactly right, Aaron. Nobody does anything until someone finally gets proof, and then everyone tries to backtrack and finger point. Oh, yeah, it was that lady. Oh, yeah, we don't stand for that. That's not something we do. Are you kidding? No. Us? We're the good guys. I mean, I can't believe that crazy bitch was doing that. What's that? There's been lots of complaints? I never heard them. Didn't come from anybody we heard from. They should have spoke up. $60 away from tonight's goal. Guys, go ahead. Fire it up. Let's see. Let's knock out that last $60 and call it a perfect week of evening shows for the toe. In about 10 minutes, we got Granny coming in. I'm going to send him the link in about 5. And we're going to talk to Granny for the first time in quite some time on this program. Talk about where he's been. Just catch up with the guy. You know, I've been having some. There was probably the low point where Granny was berating me about that $150 thing, and there was a huge, massive misunderstanding about that. And he was really aggressive and just fucking. I mean, he really came at me, and I was like, I just don't get this level of aggression. I don't get it, buddy. And then just a couple weeks later, you know, we had another conversation and everything was cool and everything was really nice. And then another conversation after that. And Granny seems to be doing pretty well. So he's going to come on with us. We're going to talk to Granny for a little while. And hopefully while we do that, we knock out tonight's goal. $5 from RP. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. 55 away from tonight's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, Venmo. Knock it out. Knock it down. Call it a win for the toe. Hey, there we go. $2.90 for tonight. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get it up to $300 for this evening and knock out that last $50 or $60, and we'll call it a win. A woman was killed by an alligator in Florida. I want to sneak this one in real quick. I want you guys to hammer out that last couple of bucks. I want to get through this story, and then we'll send Granny all the info.
We're following the latest developments of a deadly alligator attack yesterday.
FWC officials say a woman fell from her canoe, landing on top of an alligator.
Oh, that's one of those things where, like, it's just your day to die. You weren't making it out of that one. I'm sorry. If you that's like those Japanese fishermen who are in a little fishing boat out in the Pacific Ocean, and a United States nuclear submarine surfaced right underneath their ship and killed them. It's like there was the ocean is gigantic. The odds of that happening are 1 in a trillion. Like, it can't happen. It'll never happen again. You fall out of your canoe right onto an alligator. I mean, you can't even blame the alligator for that. That'll piss you off.
Happened along Tiger Creek, which connects Tiger Lake and Lake Kissimmee near Lake Wales. We sent News 6's Laverne McGee there tonight. She has the latest.
I'm here at the entrance of Lake Kissimmee State Park. I spoke with many people who say it's very beautiful out here, but you need to be aware of the dangers of alligators.
Okay, see, now if you ask me, I don't need to go then. Hey, it's really beautiful out here. Oh, wow, that's great. I love beautiful scenery. I love beautiful weather, beautiful outdoors. That sounds really nice. Yeah, you just got to watch out for the giant prehistoric dinosaurs that'll eat you. I can go to another beautiful place. That's totally fine. There are a lot of beautiful places out there. Most of them do not have killer dinosaurs anymore. So I will be skipping the death drop canoe run.
So we drove over and talked to the FWC officer that was on shore, and he said that they were looking for her.
Vicki Croft and her husband Gary were here shortly after a 61-year-old woman was attacked and killed by an alligator. She was canoeing with her husband Tuesday afternoon near the mouth of the Tiger Creek into Lake Kissimmee in Polk County, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. FWC officials said they were in a 14-foot canoe in 2.5 feet of water when it passed over a large alligator. The gator then thrashed and tipped the canoe over, causing both people to end up in the water.
We are working hard to understand exactly what happened. While alligator attacks resulting in fatalities are extremely rare,
this is their house.
They always say that, like, whenever someone gets eaten by a wild animal and they want you to keep coming out to the state parks, like, hey, guys, don't worry, this never happens. This lady, 1 in a million. And, you know, they're not wrong in this case. I mean, you fall out of a canoe literally into the mouth of an alligator. I mean, it was your day to die.
I'm not scared of them because I ain't going out in no kayak or canoe. Because the splashing of the paddle is what draws them.
By the way, that guy, totally not a scientist or anything like that. Just a dude who's been in Florida his whole life and knows gators.
Of the thrushing of the water. And when you do that, you're just attracting them.
In Polk County, Laverne McGee.
I love that they ended with that guy. I mean, that guy basically ended the story by going, it was that dumb bitch's fault. I mean, it was her who couldn't keep her goddamn paddle in the water, and she drew the gators over. What are they supposed to do but eat her? Brian says, how could you not see a gator in 2 feet of water? I'm sure she could see the gator, but she figured she was good in the canoe, and then, well, you know, next thing you know, it's mealtime. Hey, look at that. Miss Tay with $55 says this is not for Granny, and add it to Stephanie. All right, let's give me 1 second there. Stephanie with another 55 goes to 175 on the week. And Miss Tay, you get an Olbermann for that one.
They are afraid.
All right, that's 45 for us. Right now, that's 40. Oh, got it. 44. That's 45. All right, guys, $5 away from tonight's goal. Finish it up. Hey, Please do this $1 at a time. Please don't wrap this up nice and quick. And thank you, Miss Tay, for the $55. Please try to do this $1 or so at a time. If you could do it 50 cents or 99 cents at a time even, that would be really cool. Think you could do that for me? Not do this at $5 and just, do the. Oh my God, I'm getting ready for Granny here and I'm fucking up my shit. I'm sorry, guys. Let me take this off the deal. I'm going to send the link to Granny and then we'll get going. Very excited to have him back on the show, by the way. It's, if you would have said a couple of months ago that Granny and I would be doing a show together, everybody would have told you that you're fucking insane. But he's going to be here in just a second. I just sent him the link over. Guys, thank you very much for another perfect week of Steel Toe. 99 cents from Balls Deep. Thank you very much. That's going to put us $4.30 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. There you go. $1 at a time. I don't want 5. I want to see if we can actually do it this time. $1 at a time. Knock it out. Thank you. All right. Well, he's getting ready. Remember, tomorrow we've got our final morning show on YouTube of the week because, of course. Oh, now I'm doing math. God damn it. I should stop talking while I have to do math. Math. Because, of course, on Friday, we've got Rumble Friday. Silver Wolf with $1. Let's get back to him. He says, did you ship my bobblehead by chance? Just asking so I know when to check my P.O. box. Yes, it was sent out today. Wally World with 99 cents. That's going to put us $2.80 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much, Wally World. Wow, you guys are going to do it. You're not going to fuck this up for me this time. $2.80 away from tonight, and you guys are going to do it $1 at a time. Thank you so much for the kindness and understanding. Toe Rogan with $1. $2.10 away from tonight. And another perfect week for the Toe. Thank you, Toe Rogan. Oh, shit. They, as Chad Zumach would say, they are doing it. All right, is he here? Nope, our boy's not here yet. Give him a second. Give Granny a second. He'll get here. Ooh. $1 from Von Kaiser says, you got me mad now. There's $1 from him, so now that's going to put us $1.10 away. Hey, Mikey with $1 over on YouTube. 40 cents away from tonight's goal. Comfortably Numb with 99 cents, and that's another win for the Toe. There you go. Thank you. Hey, Mikey. Thank you, Comfortably Numb. And there it is. You guys clean up nice. Appreciate it. Oh, boy. And now they've got a $200 for tomorrow morning, and then it's off we go for the weekend. All right, do we have them? Nope, not quite here yet. Waiting on Granny. That link got there, didn't it? The Granny link got to him. Had to have. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. Spread the word that our boy Granny is on his way. I have to make sure that link sent to him. Yes, it did. All right. He's got it. He's just making us wait. He's playing superstar. MSO says, someone throw in some Kiki bucks. I don't understand the inflation on Kiki bucks anymore. I don't know what a Kiki buck is worth. I think back in the day it used to be worth more, and now it seems like they get thrown around like stimulus checks. Miss Tay says, Granny stinks. Uh-oh. No, McBuster, this is not a troll. This is not anyone doing anything fucked up. I'm the one who asked him to come on to the show. Me inviting Granny was a steel toe thing. We had Karmic on. And when we had Karmic on, I was like, okay, that's fun. Like, who else could we have on the show? Who else could we get here? And I thought, you know what? And I think I had just talked to Granny not too long before the Karmic deal. And I was like, that's a guy I could have on at a moment's notice. McBuster says, Granny flipped out when Bob Levy made him use his cheesy background. Make him use a toe background. I'm not going to make him do anything. He can do what he wants. Is he working with Bob Levy now? I can't keep up with everybody anymore. I can't keep up with all of them. Cocktiff says, Jake Hudson, hello? No. You know what? I'll do a lot of things. I'll have a lot of different guests. Jake Hudson is a no-go for me. Cocktiff says, maybe you shouldn't have waited till the last minute, Aaron, like the airport guy. That's fair. That's fair. I am kind of being like the Frontier Airlines dude, aren't I? Miss Tay says, Karmic X is a sweetie and not a cousin fucker. I don't know what that means, but Karmic is a sweetie. I love Karmic. I think he's great. I saw him going off today. He was ranting and raving about everybody and just tearing everybody down and cutting a promo and dragging everyone to hell. I loved it. Karmic was doing great today. Taste Fairy Ialto says, plus Aaron owes a lot of money if he has Jake on. Yeah, I said if we ever brought Jake Hudson back on the show, there was a day that people paid to ban him, and the audience made the deal with me that if you bring Jake on ever again, you owe us 10-1 odds. If Jake, so like everybody who gave money gets their money back times 10 if we ever put Jake Hudson on again. So let's just say it is fiscally unrealistic to have Jake Hudson back on this program ever again. All right, we're still waiting on Granny. Oh, shit. Well, that kind of, you know what I did? I think somebody said it in the chat. They were like, you didn't give him enough time to get ready. So he had to take that link. He had to get like because Zoom sucks with green screens. So you got to like do different shit. So now Granny's got to take more time getting it set up. I can admit openly, I fucked Granny over on this one. Hey, there we go, guys. Now we eclipse 300 on our restream counter over here. Thank you very much. It's been a slower night than usual tonight, but that's okay. Here we are, still perfect. Going into tomorrow. Chad Buzamok says, what about the guy that paid to name the whiteboard? He still had 2 months left, and you never gave him his money back. Shit. Well, Jeremy can get a hold of me. Buzamok, I think guys like you ran Jeremy off with all your potty mouth talk, I think is what it is. Loaded Wrench with $2 says Jake can come on as Plow Dog 26. Win-win. Oh, do you remember when we found out Jake had a Pornhub creator, like, what do you call it? Like a content creator membership? Oh. Let's Granny's a draw, apparently, says Taste Fairy Ialto. I hope so. McPuster said, Granny probably stood you up. Lemmy spilled the bong water on the laptop. Well, he did say that there was jerk chicken Alfredo being made. So I can understand if he passed me up. Steel Toe can be fun, but this is the evening show. This is the B show, not the A show. So I can see why I'd get passed up for jerk chicken. Buzamok says, I just clipped your potty mouth talk of taking it in the pooper last night. By the way, how'd that go? SP did not peg me yesterday evening. No judgment for anyone who does, but I was not pegged. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There he is, joining us live from beautiful sunny Florida, Gregory Rasputin. How are you? No, it's Granny. How are you, buddy? We can't hear you. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. See, this is why I wanted to come on earlier. I have to hold this. Is this too loud?
No, you're great.
It's fine?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Is this like a Zoom issue? Because people hate using Zoom.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, shit. People hate using Zoom, I said. Is this like a Zoom issue you have?
It's terrible. You're fucking retarded for using it, by the way.
I get called
this crippled son of a bitch do it twice a week?
Yeah. Well, he's all set up. He does a great job with it.
Yeah, he does. He does a terrific fucking job. He's still crippled as hell, though. And that is
Well,
one
that's
thing.
look. No amount of humor, no amount of content, no amount of him doing well or poor is going to change that. He's going to be crippled.
I don't know where the fuck my headphones went, by the way, so I can't really hear you too well, but I can hear you enough to know.
All right.
What I mean?
Well, hey, you know what? You and I both understand. One thing we have in common is we both know what it's like to work with cripples.
Yeah, fucking God Almighty, yeah, man. I've got more cripples in my bank than you do. Don't even start.
I still work with my cripple though.
Yeah, I mean he can't run away.
I'll find him, dude. I know where he lives. The thing, one of the setbacks about living in a basement is if you can't use your legs, you can't get away very well. What do you got?
Oh yeah, man. Cripples are cool.
What do you got there? Oh, Bush. Oh, God damn it. Why? I mean, if you're gonna not be sober, if you're gonna not drink, could you drink decent beer at least?
Oh, just because it's not a goddamn bourbon? Like, what? I don't have tits like you. I not drink Bush Light, man. Fuck off.
That's where you keep the bourbon. Hang on to it longer. I'm not a fan.
You got the sugar foot. You got the sugar tits.
Is that what it is? That's what sugar tits is, because you drink too much whiskey.
Yeah,
All right.
You got the damn sugar tits from the bourbon.
I see everyone calls me that, and I didn't know it was from drinking. I just thought people thought I was cute.
No, it's a cum. It's a cum. What did it? It
that
was
goddamn cum. You know, if I wouldn't just be guzzling all that cum back in the day, I take that one goddamn wrong turn off a 23 to Spicer, and it's just cum all the time, and you're bloating and tits.
Look, man, it's a 2 C's, Aaron. It's cum and cocaine.
God damn it. Well, no, I should have done more of the cocaine. I probably would have lessened out the tits. Those stimulants speed up your system. That's why everyone around me was losing drastic amounts of weight, and I was staying titted up.
No, Aaron, I'm telling you right now, no, the cum cancels out the cocaine weight loss.
I wasn't
too much calories.
Where the fuck were you when I needed you? You were mad at me when I would have never gone on this wrong turn to cum and cocaine if you would have been around to guide me.
I was fucking in rehab, Aaron. Fuck, man. Thanks for the 150, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Now, I remember when I was saying that, it was like hey, come on, for Granny. It was like a grifting thing, but you hit me up for the money, and I'm like, well, technically I did say for Granny, so I learned my fucking lesson. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, and guess who else owes money now? Fucking Kevin Brennan. That nigga owes me $100 fucking dollars.
What did he do?
Oh, I can't say the N-word. I'm sorry.
I fucking whatever. It's not the morning show. It's not the morning show. We can lose this one.
Okay. Yeah, that nigga owes me $100. Kevin Brennan does.
For what?
Because he said if Bob Levy wasn't paying me, or if I could prove that Bob Levy was paying me, then he owes me $100. And Aaron, do I not come to collect?
you come to collect aggressively and with very hostile language.
Appreciate it.
You motherfucker! You owe me $100 fucking dollars. Hello to you too, Granny. How are you? How can we put this thing back together? You lying sack of shit! You piece of fucking monkey cum! Give me my fucking.
Where is this bitch with my headphones, man?
Oh, you mean that traitor flip-flopping whore? No, I'm just kidding. People in my chat were like,
no, that's just rude.
People in my chat.
Okay, I'll call my old lady all kinds of things, but what you just did right there is valid.
I was quoting McBuster. I couldn't even take credit for it. People in my chat, just McBuster, he was like, how are you going to have Granny on? He's with Lemmy, and Lemmy is a mod for NLO. And I'm like, because I'm not a fag and I don't pay attention to who people mod for, and I was just going to talk to him, but okay, we can be gay.
That's a very gay thing, man. I don't look. Here's the thing, right? So if you were who said that?
Our good friend McBuster, who we love, he's currently calling Patrick Melton a pedophile in our chat.
A very good contributor, I'm sure. You can also go fuck yourself. If you go back in time, I do not hold the same fucking principles as my old lady. She can do that. I motherfucked Aaron a time or two? Absolutely. Do I watch Melton? No. Do I watch Aaron? Not a lot.
You got your money, you got what you needed, and you never fucking came back.
No, I'm not saying I don't. I look, man. I've watched about as much as both of y'all in the last, I don't know, fucking 2 years. I fucking listen to music and shit now, man. Y'all fuck me up at work, dude. Y'all say some dumb shit. I can't keep it.
You're not the only person who said that. You know what you should do? I have a great idea. I'm not saying you're hitting me up for 150 wasn't valid, or that you're hitting Kevin up wasn't valid, but you should just take streamers who are online a lot and probably don't remember a lot of shit. Convince them all that they owe you money and just collect small amounts from a lot of different people.
You owe me 20 fucking bucks.
Yeah, just go to like Zumach and be like, remember when you told me that if I could hit that trick shot, you'd give me 25 bucks, and I hit that trick shot.
Oh shit, Aaron, actually, do you want to hear a funny story about Zumach?
I would love to. I love Chad Zumach. I would love to hear a story that makes him look endearing.
I did a stream with Zumach down there in Cape Coral.
I remember this.
Partook in that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure did. And paid me before I left the fucking door. Chad Zumach paid me before I left the door.
Stand-up guy.
Well, yeah, stand-up's a little crazy. That's a little crazy, but yeah, no, he did. Honest, I'll give it.
Yeah.
As far as you can toss Chad.
Chad, well,
it's how honest he is.
Here's my thing. Chad, he paid you. That's an honorable thing to do. I think the thing with Chad is I think he just gets fired up really easily.
Yeah, I would agree with that. When was the last time you talked to Patrick Welsh?
Wow.
Ooh, that's a callback. Yeah.
That'd be years. I'm not right. He had a show on our channel when we were on Twitch. He was a little spicy for YouTube. We couldn't take the chance after we'd lost one channel. We were like, let's end it here and let's just focus on, me not getting fired from another place. Yeah, I'd say it's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've talked to Patrick Welsh.
Well, I hope he's doing well. I mean, yeah, he's divorced now. He's divorced.
I knew that. Yeah, he's divorced.
Chatter fucked his wife.
What happened?
What?
Who fucked his life?
What? No.
Fucked his wife?
Who
fucked?
Wait. No.
Who fucked Patrick Welsh's wife?
A chatter.
Which chatter? Michaela.
No, look, man, you're gonna get me fucked up with the Bubba community and shit.
Well, come on.
I've divulged too much now.
No, you're a professional bridge burner. Let's do this.
A chatter fucked Patrick Welsh.
Is it a chatter people would know?
If you were part of the yeah, probably.
Is it a beloved chatter?
No, it's not. It's not beloved chatter.
Who was it?
Motherfucker's hot enough to fuck somebody's wife. I don't think.
Who fucked Patrick Welsh's wife?
Some dude from like fucking New Zealand or something, man. I don't fucking know. Look, I don't know.
Allegedly, who was it?
A chatter. Allegedly, it was a chatter.
But you talked about it like you knew who it was.
I did. I was going to box him. You've seen me box? Probably wasn't going to end well.
I thought you should have maybe come up to Minnesota and we could have went to the gym a couple of times and, that might have went. So. Yeah. I was now, I'm not saying that the guy you were boxing was any kind of prodigy or anything. I was like, boy, I would really like to get both of these guys just the slightest bit of training because I was watching it because you guys were like on dirt and shit. I'm like, these guys are going to get fucking hurt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was because of liability issues. So we fought in the street.
Hey, do you mind? It's a good idea. Do you mind if I read off some names?
Sure.
All right. Brian?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Brian.
I don't want to say, somebody wrote a last name. I don't want to say anyone's last name. I don't want to. Would
I don't know about the damn last name. I don't know about the last name.
How about a name Pasty Pete?
No, it wasn't Pasty Pete.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't Pasty Pete.
Wasn't
No.
Pasty Pete?
No, it wasn't Pasty Pete.
Missed.
That sounds like somebody like if you're gonna, well, God Almighty, Aaron, I'm preaching at the choir here. If you're gonna get your wife fucked, wouldn't you want somebody named Pasty Pete?
I think that was the nickname of the guy who was fucking my wife.
Okay, hell yeah, man.
We,
I mean, look,
we had he and I had nicknames for each other based on skin tone, and compared to him, he was called White Lightning, and I was Black Thunder. It was
okay. All right, yeah, I got you, man.
What is, you know what, as someone who I think you were a fan at that time, maybe not, or you know what, even not as a fan, as someone who maybe used to be a fan at that point, when all that shit came out, what were you thinking?
Oh man, I was like, oh fuck, dude, that's a tough question. I guess I was like, hey, Aaron let somebody fuck his old lady, and I was like, that's fucked up. And then you ate cum and shit. I was like, oh
apparently
my God.
I was asleep for that one. I don't know if they hooked me up to a funnel and they fed it to, I don't know. I don't remember the cum eating, but you know, look.
Oh, okay.
The person
still remember the taste.
I got to tell you this. The guy, I'll say this, the guy who makes the allegation, he's never lied about anything ever. Totally solid, trustworthy guy.
I'm not saying, look, I mean, I'm not saying I'm here to say like definitively that you ate semen. I like, that's not something that I would ever say.
And it's not something I would ever say I did.
Allegations are out there. You know what I mean? There's an air around it.
There are allegations out there. And I will say this, whether or not people believe the allegations seem to be directly connected to how they feel about me to begin with. Even the people who don't dislike me but really hate Nick, they won't even give me the benefit of the doubt. They're like, nope, he ate it too. They'll say, nope, I totally get that guy's a homo, but the other guy was a homo too. That's the best grace I get from people.
Yeah, I mean, but look, you had Matt as a co-host, so I think you ate cum.
Wait, you think I ate Matt's cum?
No, I just like you make bad decisions.
Oh. You're saying that a guy who would have, you're saying if I would have never had Matt on as my co-host, I might have some deniability.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, but I had Matt on, so that's all the confirmation you needed.
Yeah, I think you ate cum now.
That's why, that's why people are amazed. They're like, wait a minute, you didn't do coke, but you chose Matt as a co-host, so you did that totally 100% sober?
Right, yeah. And then ate cum right after that. I gobbled it up.
What I
Keebler Elf with that goddamn haircut.
Yes. You know how Garfield ate lasagna? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, basically the same fucking thing, but with cum.
Fistfuls at the time. Where does it all come from? Nobody knows. But
a penis. It comes from a penis.
Well, yeah, I mean scientifically, yes, but I mean the reserves of which.
Yeah.
No, I did a little trading back in the day. Now I can say, cross that off the list. Done it. I can tell you this: it ends horrifically every time.
God, cucumbers, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Hey, you're passing up. What was it? Jerk chicken Alfredo?
No, I already ate it because I forgot what time your time zone was in. But no, I had already eaten it. I had a house salad and jerk chicken Alfredo. Delicious.
Now is that some kind of coded language like jerk and then Alfredo and then ate it?
No, it's not cum, Aaron. Right. Not everybody like you is obsessed with eating cum.
I've had a jar of Alfredo in my pantry for a year and a half because I can't bring myself to eat any kind of thick off-white substances. It reminds me too much of the good old days. Did you see the?
I can't eat mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Not that I want to, but if I wanted to, I still couldn't do it. I saw the latest rumor today. This was funny. Your boy Patrick is desperately looking for his. I'm just kidding, by the way. On the your boy, I know I'm kidding. I'm fucking around. But his new thing, it's so adorable. We've been making fun of him because he said at his Hackamania thing, they're all gonna lock themselves in a hotel room, a bunch of dudes, and they're gonna talk about me and Nick's sex life together, and nobody's allowed to record it. And I'm like, guys, I don't think that's the own you think it is. So he goes, oh yeah? Well, guess what? Nick and I have your old wedding ring and a note that you wrote April. Now, it's a note I've talked about on the show, but at the same time, I'm like, guys, let's think this through for a second. Your response to me criticizing you for having a bunch of sweaty dudes in a hotel room talking about guys' dicks is now you're going to show that for years you've been holding on to this man's wedding ring and a love letter he wrote. That doesn't sound psychopathic at all.
I mean, look, it's kind of bizarre, but like, who has the hook for the hand at the end of it?
Well, it was April and I's wedding ring, and like April not wanting it anymore. I totally get that. Why would you want to keep it? It was a disastrous thing that ended horribly. But the fact that Nick kept it, like Nick's kept it for the last year and a half.
He kept the wedding.
He kept the wedding ring.
Yours.
Mine.
Think he sniffs the motherfucker?
I don't know. I think he jizzes on it. I think he like whacks off on it so he can like try. He thinks maybe a voodoo demon of me will be created out of the jizz if he does it on the ring. I think he's practicing black magic with it.
He comes through the hoop?
I think you would do it on the diamond, would you not?
Oh, it's a diamond on it.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but
I'm sorry.
But that is, I mean, that I'm not being biased when I say that that's fucked up for a guy to hold on to another dude's wedding ring from a different. If you were gay married, I'd get it, but like, that's a bit rich.
It is, yeah, it is. It's yeah, it's kind of fucked up, I guess, man. I don't know. Nick's kind of a weird guy. Like, I don't like, y'all are both kind of weird guys though. So like, I really don't want to like put, one. I don't really hold biases here.
Oh no, I'm the difference between the two of us is I will openly say, weird guy. This guy.
We are
definitely some. Sometimes people are too generous with me. Like a fan wrote in today, they're like, "Man, so glad you admitted how fucked up everything you did was, and you became a better person." And I'm like, "Look, don't let me off the hook all the way yet. It's been a year. I could still become a piece of shit again. We gotta keep on this road."
Yeah, you have to, man. You have to.
Yeah.
I think that's good for you. You know what I mean? Like as a person, you need to elevate yourself.
You got to get
that, and namaste and blessings to you for that as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and no cum.
I mean? You're getting there, dude.
Yeah.
You're getting there. Nick, on the other hand, weird as fuck. Almost is weird. Not, you know what? Weirder. I'll give you weirder. Nick's weirder. But he did plow your fucking wife, like the wife thing.
Well, and I would love to be able to respond to that accurately, but I'm legally not allowed to.
All right, okay, all right. Now I get it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now I suppose you can respond to this. He's actively paying her rent.
There's a lot of rumors out there.
Allegedly,
he says no. He says he hasn't talked to her since January. But she's living 15 minutes away in a tiny little shithole crack house looking thing. And, I don't think she's saved up enough money from not working over the last year. So my conspiracy theory is he's paying her to keep quiet, buying her the house. I think still seeing her, lying to everybody about that. I think that she and him are going to the Melton event together.
As a
that's my conspiracy theory. Why else? There's two.
Whoa.
Two. I'll tell you why. Everything that Nick's going to be involved in, they keep saying no cameras, no video, no recording, and it's like, oh, why would that be?
My cucumber's fucking me up.
I guess I get it. I'll be honest with you, Granny. I actually don't believe that. I'm just trying to put it out there in the ether so people talk a bunch of shit.
And I don't hate it either.
I have no idea what the fuck he's doing. I don't give a shit. But if I can just put that out there and let other people run with it, that just seems funny to me.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, are you still doing things with Levy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, me and Levy got shows whenever the fuck he's not old and wants to do them.
Oh, so he doesn't have like a set schedule?
No, fuck no. Hell no. He's kind of it's like, hey, want to do a show? I'm like, yeah, man, as soon as I'm done with work. You know what I mean? And then we do a show, and it's fucking fun, and he's old and cantankerous, and KB owes me $100 fucking bucks.
We're gonna get that for you. We're gonna get you that $100. The only reason I'm gonna help you get that $100 is I want him to know what it feels like to have Granny hit you up for money. It's not pleasant.
Oh, if I could message him right now, I'd be lighting his ass up, dude. You don't even know. I was able to message you. If I was able to message KB or call him, I would be on the horn.
Look,
getting that $100.
If me sending people shit from this thing hadn't got me in so much trouble in the last year, I'd send you Kevin's phone number right now. But I can't.
Swear to God. I look, allegedly, if you send me Kevin's phone number, somebody will not call him and demand $100.
I like you.
I swear to God, nobody will do that.
I like you. I like Kevin. I don't need heat with either one of you. My life is.
I get his goddamn phone number regardless. I don't. It doesn't matter.
My life is spectacular right now.
Brennan, you owe me $100 fucking dollars. I don't give a shit what Aaron says. He take all of his chins to the bank. You owe me $100 fucking dollars. Son of a bitch.
Well, now you've put it out there. People can clip it, and maybe you can get it that way.
Fuck, what, man?
$100. He said $100, right? If you could prove Levy paid you.
$100, yeah.
All right. Well, man, I tell you, hey, what's the channel that you and Levy are on?
Levyverse. It's Levyverse.
Okay, Levyverse on YouTube. So go subscribe to that. And again, there's no set schedule. It's whenever Levy feels like doing it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think he does one every morning at like 10 or something like that.
Okay.
But I'm not there, so I'm not promoting that. But check out his show at 10, I guess.
All right, man.
But no, it's usually around 4.
All right. Well, hey, I tell you what, thank you very much for joining us for a half hour at the end of the show here. I really appreciate it. It's great to be talking to you again and not paying you any money. So that's good.
No, you owe me $20. You owe me 20. I swear to God.
Dude,
send me $20.
I'm telling you, if you can pull this.
No, I'm fucking serious, Aaron.
If you can pull this bit off with everybody else. If you can collect.
Donate the fucking money. He owes me $20 fucking dollars. I don't give a fuck. It's coming out your goddamn wallet. You owe me $20. That's half an hour. You make more than that. That's fucking that. Aaron, stop it. You owe me $20 fucking dollars. Okay, fucking ego, unforced ego. $285. You got it.
I'll give. Hey,
all right,
hey,
Stephanie. $175.
Hey, hold on.
You got this fucking Redbird.
Give me
$112.
Well, now
I don't give a fuck if I make more than Johnny.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm taking that fucking scroll down from now on if that's how it's going to go. Oh, shit. You should be on my recents, shouldn't you? I paid your ass.
Yeah, I should be.
Oh,
yeah,
you know
I'll
what?
request it. Don't worry. No, I'll fucking request it.
Will you? Okay, you request. Hey, do me a favor. Request 25.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I'm doing it.
I don't mean to be Mr. Fancy. I don't mean to be Mr. Fancy Pants over here, but 25 for my man Granny. 20 simply won't do. All right.
I'm gonna buy beer with it. I'm taking pills for alcohol now. So I'm gonna.
You're gonna fucking puke though now.
What?
If you take those the pills for alcohol and you drink, don't you puke?
I puke anyway. Fucking what does it matter to you?
You know what? I ain't your daddy. I ain't your daddy. You do.
Love you. I'm requesting that money, by the way.
All right,
bye.
you request that money. Say goodbye to your or say hi to your old lady for me.
I'm not. No. Fuck no.
All right, take it easy, buddy. There you go. There goes Granny. Granny is gone. That was fun. We all got some jokes in. He hit me up for it wouldn't be Granny if he didn't hit me up for some money. Thank you, Balls Deep. Thank you to everyone else who threw in. I missed all of those. Chris, thank you very much. Yule Gibbons with $5 says, go till 9. Granny is almost never more than an hour late. Excuse me. Now I've got the cucumber burps. My Lost Interest with $2 says, sup sugar tits. Yeah, that's not going to stick. Thank you guys very much. A lot of fun. Go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for another amazing week of evening shows. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Central. If you can't make it for that, members only show at noon tomorrow. Thanks again. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.